Guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's begin. A few years had passed after the Tournament of Power, in which Universe 7 had won victory. Everything was peace and harmony because all the universes were balanced in power and there was no threat in any universe. Meanwhile, in Universe 7, Goku and Vegeta were training on the planet of Beerus. That's right, they'd achieved an extremely incredible power.
Goku and Vegeta, what do you want to achieve by becoming more and more powerful? The only thing we want is to be the most powerful warriors in all universes, and that no being can confront us. That's right, it's our only goal, since the Saiyan race had not known defeat. Mr. Goku and Vegeta, you have already surpassed the power of an angel. Your power is so much that you can even give the great priest an even battle. We know, Mr. Whis, but we will never know if we need a great power or if an extremely powerful enemy appears. What the fuck is going on in Universe 7? Why is everything shaking?
At that moment, the entire universe shook in an incredible way, making even the deities shake. Not only them, even Goku and Vegeta, who were the most powerful in that universe.
What's that tremor?
At that moment, an incredible pressure fell on all of them. It was an amazing power. Goku and Vegeta passed their doctrines using a large part of their powers to be able to stay on their feet, giving Whis and Beerus some energy to that they would be able to stay safe.
This power, this incredible key is from Frieza, and he's fighting against a very powerful being. What? How can it be from Frieza? That's an incredible monstrous power.
I'm not sure who will emit such great power, but what I know is that the being I'm fighting is an incredibly powerful warrior, since I can't feel his ki. Just know how Frieza's ki decreases rapidly.
It's better to go check who owns this great power.
Goku would use teleportation, leaving with everyone present to the place of the battle. Flashback, the Emperor of Evil was touring the entire universe. That's right, since the Tournament of Power has ended, he had undergone rigorous training, and being a prodigy, the power he attained was incredible, being capable of even obtaining a new transformation called Black Frieza. In one of his trips through Universe 7, he found a peculiar planet. He would go down with his entire crew. However, at that moment, a key sphere would make his ship blown to pieces.
Who the hell do you think you are, you fucking vermin? I will kill you for not knowing how to respect the Emperor of Evil, the Great Frieza.
At that moment, a strong blow would make him fly hundreds of thousands of kilometers. The power of that blow had been overwhelming. He had been able to even send the evil Emperor flying thousands of meters.
What pathetic power you have! With that insignificant power, you call yourself the Emperor of Evil? The power of his blow was from another world. Even with my training, that blow hurt too much.
Frieza would say to himself. Frieza, realizing that the being in front of him was not an ordinary warrior, would go to his golden state, which was already powerful enough to defeat an angel with little difficulty.
Now you'll regret making my way.
Don't make me laugh, damn cold demon. I have annihilated so many beings of your race. They're nothing more than simple scum. Frieza, at an incredible speed, would give him a strong blow to the face.
What do you fucking think now? Do those Sirius have a power as amazing as mine?
Sukomi would take Frieza's arm, squeezing it with overwhelming force. Frieza would raise a large part of his power to try to get free of said subject. However, it was not enough. Sukomi was about to rip off his arm, but at that moment, Frieza decided to release all his power. A great light invaded the entire universe. Black Frieza would have appeared on the battlefield, being able to hit him and make him release it. That blow was good, so you have a lot more power. I'll finally be able to use a little of my power. It's been millions of years since I've had a battle like this.
You made me resort to using all my power. In this universe, there was no such powerful warriors. Who are you?
I'll tell you, because in the same way you won't be able to leave this place alive, I'm the god of the destruction of Universe 15. For some strange reason, 10 years ago, the 6 remaining gods have come back to life, and we were only waiting to recover a part of our powers to bring down the king altogether. And I'm Sukomi, the god of death. Frieza was a little surprised by what he said, but remembered the wish of number 17.
I wish that all the universes erased by Zeno-sama would return to normal. Damn, now everything makes sense. By the wish of that wretch, these gods have come back to life. But how do they have so much power? Not even the cursed Beerus, considered the most powerful god of the universe, has had such power as this wretch.
You must have thousands of questions. The only thing I could tell you is, because we were eliminated, we, the 6 remaining gods, we are the descendants of the former king of everything. But unlike the dwarf Zeno-sama, our father dominated negative energy, so what all he wanted was to destroy all the universes. Zeno-sama's father faced off against our father, where they both died. Millions of years later, the useless Zeno-sama became the king of everything before we are one threat to exterminate us all. Frieza could not believe what the god was telling him.
I don't care if you're a god of destruction or the god of a king of everything. Right now, I'll kill you.
Frieza would begin with a great attack. Frieza was thrown against said god. However, his blows seemed like paper, since they did not make a single scratch. At that moment, the god increased his power a little, making all that universe tremble. Finish flashback. Goku and the others would have arrived at the planet where they were fighting, and to the surprise of both, they observed how Frieza had achieved a new transformation. However, he was on the ground very badly injured.
I can't believe it! Frieza's power is incredible, but that being is humiliating him as if nothing.
Beerus would begin to tremble as looking upon said subject.
You are Suikomi, the god of death of Universe 15. This can't be happening. You've been eliminated by the great Zeno-sama.
Suikomi would give a strong blow to Frieza, setting him to fly far away from that place, and he would turn to look at Beerus.
So, Beerus, damn cat, you're still alive. You have pathetic power.
You were one of the candidates to be part of the Reveille's gods. You had the power similar to ours. What happened to your incredible strength?
I decided to seal my negative energy. I don't plan to be an annihilator of universes like you.
Suikomi would take Beerus by the neck quickly. That's right, he was suffocating Beerus with incredible ease. At that very moment, Whis, Vegeta, and Goku launched their attack to help Beerus. However, their blows were in vain.
I can see how you have 2 Saiyans at your side, but if I compare them with the power of Orochi, the evil Saiyan god, they're nothing compared to him.
Goku, Vegeta, and Whis were sent flying with a few blows. Suikomi, from a few simple blows, would leave them very badly injured.
Mr. Whis, Frieza's power will be useful all this time. Please, heal all his injuries.
Whis would use his staff, healing all his injuries. At that moment, Goku and Vegeta would do the fusion, bringing Gogeta Mega Instinct. Gogeta and Frieza were preparing to attack said subject, who had left Beerus on the verge of death. Gogeta and Frieza launched the attack, but they would do nothing against said subject, whose power was from another world. Leaving both warriors on the brink of death, Suikomi was going to annihilate everyone present. But at that moment, an incredible event occurred. Suikomi would fill his hand with energy, with the intention of ending Gogeta's life. But at that very moment, Frieza would stand in front of him, being pierced.
In all this time, I've realized that you simple monkeys will be my motivation to becoming more powerful. So escape. I'll take care of stopping it.
Gogeta would be surprised by Frieza's act. Frieza would go 100% of his power in his transformation, with which he went wild to try and kill time.
Frieza,
I'll never forget this. I promise to bring you life with the Dragon Balls. You have earned my respect. Gogeta would take everyone present, taking him to the palace of the kingdom at all. Meanwhile, Frieza would continue stalling for time, or Suikomi would take him by the neck.
It doesn't matter that you've made time for those damned ones. You still kill them with the rest of my companions. Now damned death.
Suikomi would carry a large sphere of energy in his hands, disintegrating Frieza in the process. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, everyone would arrive very injured, where Daisheiken would come out to receive them. Being astonished to realize that most of the powerful beings had been defeated, Daisheiken would go to heal them so they could tell him what happened.
Now that you're cured, tell me, what happened to you? Especially you, Mr. Goku and Vegeta. Your power rivals mine,
and with that fusion, you're able to defeat me. I cannot believe the power of that subject must have been so that you have ended up in such conditions.
Father, the subject is the destroyer god of Universe 15, the powerful god of death, Tsuyokomi.
Daishinkan would panic hearing that name. What did you just say, Whis? That is impossible since the king completely eliminated them with all his power. Are you sure of what you're telling me?
That's right, Father. Apparently, with the wish of 10 years ago in the Tournament of Power, not only the 12 universes came back to life, but also the 6 universes that had previously been eliminated by the king completely.
If Tsuyokomi is as powerful as even defeating the mighty Mega Instinct Gogeta, I can't imagine when the 6 gods come together. It'd be a catastrophe. At that moment, Zeno-sama would come out of his palace. The only option is that Goku and Vegeta merge with the Potara earrings, and I merge with the new being, so they'll possess the power of a king of everything. Everyone was surprised by the words of the great Zeno-sama, but these, knowing that it was the only option, would accept it. At that moment, the powerful Vegito had appeared in the Kingdom of Everything. Without prior warning, it would go to its Mega Instinct, being able to withstand all of Zeno-sama's power. A light would make all 18 universes shine, and an incredibly powerful power would arise, the curiosity of one of the rebel gods who was in this universe resting. So, after millions of years, a worthy opponent has appeared. Our battle will be legendary. I'll have to use my Demon Super Saiyan. That's right. Vegeta would have merged with the great Zeno-sama. His clothes had changed to those of a king of everything, and the power that he gave off was unreal, leaving everyone present surprised. The Shaken would bow. An honor to meet the new king of everything, great Vegito-sama. Beerus and Whis would do the same as the high priest. They were both surprised by such monstrous power, but they would also bow. Meanwhile, in an inhospitable place in the 18th universe, a warrior would stand up. The power of that being is incredible, and apparently he's a Saiyan like me. I look forward to the day when I must face him. Returning to the Kingdom of Everything, Vegeta would quickly teleport to where the Emperor of Evil, Frieza, was standing against Tsuyokomi. However, when he arrived, he could only observe Frieza dead on the ground and Tsuyokomi perched in front of him. Who the hell are you? Your power is incredible. A being like you, like him, could be in this. Tsuyokomi would not finish his sentence since, with a powerful blow, Vegeta would make him spit out blood. However, Tsuyokomi opened the opportunity to also give him a powerful blow, which would make him go back. I won't forgive you for killing Frieza. I'll exterminate you with my own hands. You have an incredible power. I cannot deny that. But do you think you can beat me? Tsuyokomi began to increase his power in an amazing way. Being able to shake the 18 universes, the power of this god was so much that even his other brothers were surprised. So, Tsuyokomi, the god of death, plans to fight against the power that was felt recently? This will be interesting. I must strengthen myself with the celestial bodies of those 18 universes and the energy that the sun gives me. Tsuyokomi will die. You won't be able to defeat that being. His powers are equal. But the subject will be a Saiyan. Instead of decreasing his power, it will increase. I ought to immediately go to that place and bring Tsuyokomi with you. As ordered, sir. Ayato would leave the Universe 18 to Universe 7 at maximum speed. Returning to the battle, both were evenly matched. That's right, even merging and possessing the powers of a king of all, he wasn't sure he would win the formidable warrior. At that moment, Tsuyokomi would start laughing. I see that you have great power, but if you really compare you with my other brothers, you have no salvation. They never had salvation since we came back from the dead, since we want to revive our father. Vegeta would be a bit surprised to learn that the purpose of these subjects was to revive the being that was capable of killing Zeno-sama's father. Vegeta began to attack with much more power, however this was not enough, since Tsuyokomi followed him the step and they both gave each other very good blows. Meanwhile, on planet Earth, everyone knew that nothing good was happening in the universes, since they felt that it was even difficult for them to breathe. The power that's fighting is from Vegito. Apparently my father and Mr. Vegeta have merged, and we can't leave them alone with Mr. Piccolo. Gohan would go into his beast mode, which he had trained in all these years. Gohan's spirit had returned. Piccolo would go into his new Orange Piccolo transformation, and both would leave the planet and put up a great barrier. At that moment, they began to fly at incredible speed, being able to reach the battlefield in a few moments. The battle was very even. Neither of them gave up, but at any moment, a being with an aura of fire, it would hit Vegito, sending him to fly a few meters.
Ayato, what are you supposed to do in this place?
I've come for you, Zeno-sama.
Jamura has asked me to come to you. Apparently, he doesn't think you'll be able to eliminate this guy. Don't say stupid things. I'm able to eliminate this trash with a few more hits, so don't interfere.
Exact same moment, Piccolo and Gohan would arrive, who would stand next to Vegito.
Piccolo, Gohan, what are you doing in this place?
Dad, we also trained so we could feel those great powers, and when we felt his essence and that of Mr. Vegeta, we knew that you had to use the fusion.
The two of us will take care of the other warrior. You take care of that guy.
However, at that precise moment, Zeno-sama increased all his power, but likewise, he would fall to the ground knocked out. Everyone would be a bit surprised, seeing that the new being that has arrived was able to knock him out with a single blow, surprising everyone present.
I'm not interested in fighting with you now. I'm not interested in fighting with you right now. But become much more powerful, since the three Saiyans of our family will want to fight against you.
Gohan was going to say something, but at that moment, Ayato would disappear from the place, along with Zeno-sama. They had to return to Universe 18.
Now tell us, who the hell are those guys, and why do they have so much power?
Vegeta began to tell them everything that had happened, leaving Piccolo and Gohan in shock. Because by the wish of 17, the other universes had returned. What they did not know was that even a universe much more powerful than the 18 universes together was still sealed. That's right, Universe Zero. The beings of this universe were the evilest and powerful beings of all the universes, and they were erased by Zeno-sama's father. However, they were about to come back to life with the technique forbidden. Vegeta would return to the palace together with Gohan and Piccolo. That's right, the three warriors would comment on everything that had happened in the battle.
This is bad. If the same Jamura wants you to become more powerful, it must be something is up to him.
Who is Jamura?
Jamura is the most powerful Saiyan known to date. He and his other two brothers have a transformation never seen before. The Super Demonic Saiyan.
Demonic Super Saiyan? What the hell is that transformation?
According to rumors from millions of years ago, it is a transformation that in exchange for great power devours your very soul. But if you're able to master it, you will only lose your humanity, but you will keep your life.
That's not a benefit, it's fucking crazy! Daishenkin, arrange for an urgent meeting with all the gods of destruction.
As commanded by King of Everything.
Daishenkin would quickly leave for each of the universes of the destroying gods, reporting that the King of Everything requested an emergency meeting. All the gods went to the King's Palace of Everything, being surprised to see a new subject.
Whom is he supposed to be? And why does he wear the garments of a King of Everything?
These are the most powerful mortals of the 12 universes. Goku and Vegeta merged, and Zeno-sama himself merged with them due to the approaching threat.
This is incredible! So they are Goku and the other Saiyan became the new kings of everything.
Everyone bowed. After a few moments, Daishenkin went on to explain everything that has happened in the 18 universes. The 12 gods were surprised.
So, I ask you to lend me your power. I need 2 more warriors with great powers. I want the gods and angels to merge, so Whis and Beerus will do it.
Beerus and Whis began to do the fusion steps, bringing Beerus to life. Everyone was surprised. Vegeta would have told them a technique so that all the gods and angels form a single being, and that in 100 years, they will return to normality. They all accept. They all began to merge from one moment to the next. The destructive energy was incredible. Lightning and thunder fell throughout the king's castle completely. A new subject appeared with an intimidating appearance. His name was Archon. It was the fusion of the 11 gods together with their 11 angels. Beerus would continue apart. Being the most powerful god, his capacity was much greater.
Now, train and master all that power, since the final battle is about to draw near.
But at that very moment, a being would enter the realm of everything. His speed was so much that no one was able to notice, not even Vegeta. Said being would put himself in the middle of all the deities.
Wow, so they're preparing to face us. I hope they can do it. By the way, it's nice to see you again, Daishinken. Apparently, you haven't changed anything. You're still just as pathetic as last time.
Daishinken, remembering that Jamura murdered his wife, Mikoshin-sama mercilessly launched into the attack. However, this one-fingered being stopped Daishoken's attack. Jamura would stare at Daishinken, and with his eyes alone, he would have given him an infinity of blows, leaving him very badly injured and out of action. Vegeta, with his maximum power, would face Jamura.
What do you want in this place? All 18 universes can live peacefully.
It's not personal, but all of us want to revive our father.
I won't allow that. If a being with so much negative energy comes back to life, it'll be the end of the 18 universes. No, it will be the end of everything that exists.
Isn't that funny?
Jamura would disappear, returning to his universe. Everyone would be left with psychological damage, knowing that not even with his incredible power, they were able to face that subject. Meanwhile, in Universe 18, a tremor would make everything rumble in its path.
Now, what the hell are you getting, Orochi? Brother, I want to fight. I can't suppress my legendary power anymore. If I don't fight, I feel like I'm going to explode. Okay, Orochi, give me 24 hours and I promise to find you a worthy opponent. It's all right.
Jamura would send a message to all the kingdoms.
In apparently 24 hours, my brother Orochi wants to fight with an extremely powerful being. If there's no one to fight him, Orochi will destroy the 18 universes, including all the inhabitants.
In the Kingdom of Everything, everyone was upset, knowing that they could do nothing against them. However, at any moment, a very powerful goddess would appear in front of them, calling Amatsuru the goddess of the sun.
I know that what my brothers do is not correct. The truth is that they were corrupted by my father's negative ki, and the only thing that they do is his will. And until he comes back to life, they will not be calm.
Why are you telling us all this? Aren't you our enemy too? Or is this a trap?
Of course not, Saiyan. I have never liked killing. I've always done it by the will of my parents, but I'm tired. And if they return to the 18 universes, we will be involved in total annihilation. Personally, the third general, I will train them.
Daishinken would be surprised to learn that in front of him was Amatsuru, the goddess of the sun, whose legends say that her aura is so fiery as to kill a king completely in a matter of seconds. Amatsuru would create a room in which time passed in a much slower way, and she had abilities to increase her power in a surprising way.
You, come with me. You will be the first one I train, since your hidden potential is much greater than that of all those present. Only you will be able to face Orochi, one of the demonic Saiyan gods.
Amatsuru and Gohan would enter said room to strengthen her powers. Amatsuru and Gohan entered said room, which was for Gohan's hidden power to explode in an incredible way, which was never seen before. Both subjects began their rigorous training. Meanwhile, in the Palace of Everything, Vegeta, thinking about everything that happened from the knowledge of Zeno-sama, Vegeta would know of the existence of other kings of everything, of other multiverses, and of a creator god, who was the first existence, the first divine being of the entire vast universe.
If Zen-chan's knowledge is correct, this is Multiverse 6, and it is the least developed of all. The only beings with great power are the rebellious gods, which are the offspring of the god of death.
Daishinken would enter the palace, giving Vegeta important news.
Vegeta-sama, one of the rogue gods is here, and wishes to speak with you.
Who's here? Wouldn't Orochi come in 24 hours? It's only been 12 hours. As Vegeta would come out of the palace, he was able to observe Orochi, who was observing him with a murderous look. Orochi had not been able to take much more and decided to launch the attack against the new king altogether.
I want to fight. I hope you're powerful enough, or I'll kill you.
Orochi would go to the legendary Super Saiyan, with a furtive blow, he would make Vegeta crash into the palace, destroying a part of it. Vegeta would go Ultra Instinct, with which his power had increased too much when merging with Zeno-sama. However, for Orochi, this power was not enough. That's right, the power of Orochi could be said to be compared to the king of all of the Multiverse 2, since his power was enormous.
Damn, this guy is going to kill me. I can't do anything against him. You turned out to be an insect, which didn't even serve me as a warm-up.
But at the moment, when Orochi was about to deliver the final blow, Vegeta managed to stop that powerful blow with one hand, and something incredible would happen. Vegeta would go to Phase 3 Mega Instinct, with which he would send a strong blow to Orochi to fly, and a powerful air wave would send him into space to a remote place far from the 12 universes.
So you had that much hidden power. Were you underestimating me?
Of course not. Just now I managed to achieve this transformation.
You left me no alternative. So at this moment, I'll put an end to all this. Let's see if you can do it.
Orochi would begin to increase his power, and an incredible negative aura would come out of his body. Orochi was transforming into a powerful demonic Super Saiyan. His appearance didn't seem to have changed at all, but from one moment to the next, his eyes would turn red and their hair black. At first glance, they seemed to have returned to their base state, but the power that they gave off was amazing.
What? That power is disgusting! How many beings have you killed to have that ki so stained with blood? That does not interest you. Thanks for this battle, but I will end your life.
Orochi, at a speed that Vegeta was barely able to observe, would dodge a powerful blow, which would have knocked him out.
The power of this god is incredible. Compared to the aura of Amatsuru and Tamura, this Saiyan wants to destroy everything that exists. I can't allow it. Even if my body ends up in pieces, I'll exterminate it.
Vegeta began to push his body to the limit. The veins of his body seemed to explode from so much effort. Vegeta was going to end Orochi's life with a single blow. However, at that moment, his hope would end, and hit him with such a sneaky blow, and he wouldn't give him a single scratch.
What characterizes the legendary Super Saiyan is his unlimited ki. Even in his transformation, my ki and resistance don't stop increasing.
Orochi would give him such a powerful blow from Vegeta, which would throw him to the ground, losing his transformation.
This is impossible! I can't believe the level that separates us. His power really is from a supreme being.
Orochi was approaching Vegeta very slowly, and he would charge with great power in his last blow. With a said blow, he planned to end Vegeta's life. However, with all hope was lost, a new light would appear, blinding all the present. What had not happened in millions of years, a king from another multiverse entirely, would have come to help a colleague.
Who are you?
I am the king of Multiverse 3. My name is Rei Itadori, killer of kings.
Vegeta would remain unconscious at the moment. Orochi launched himself at the new subject that had appeared, throwing an accurate blow to his face. However, when Orochi's first contacted it, his fist was enveloped in a very intense fire, which not only burned his body but also killed the internal energy.
Who the hell are you?
Millions of years ago, there were no beings with this great level of power. This is a very bad joke.
I don't care if beings like me existed or did not exist millions of years ago. The only thing I know is that this place will be your grave. Elemental, body of fire, carbonizes!
Rei's entire body was engulfed in flames, that even the entire palace was being distorted by such firepower. Rei, with a single blow, had been able to pierce through Orochi, which, since he had revived 10 years ago, he just felt the most agonizing pain of his life.
How could a simple king of everything do this to me? I can't believe it. It's unforgivable. If you beg me for your pathetic life, I will never forgive you.
Orochi, with that hole in his stomach, would stand up, trying to increase his power, but at the moment, he made all the ki flow out of him. His body was charred.
Cha! Burn all the veins of energy through the power flows, and if they are not repaired and try to accumulate power, they have no choice but to be charred.
Ray, with a snap, would repair the entire kingdom of everything and help Vegeta. After a few hours, Vegeta would wake up very confused.
Where are we?
And Orochi? What happened to Orochi?
Don't worry, everything is better now. Just relax, and everything will get better.
Vegeta would relax a bit, recovering all his energies. Meanwhile, in Universe 8 with Jamura, he would stand up. Damn, Orochi had died.
I can't believe it. His power was not weak at all. Even if those Gogetas were together, should not be a match for Orochi. Right now, I'll kill them. However,
in his mind, the voice of the god of death, his father, would rumble.
Don't be hasty, Jamura. Your brother's power is with me now. He will live in me, and thus my return will be much faster, since gods like you have large amounts of energy.
I understand, Father. So what do you want me to do?
Nothing for now. Just get me food. I need powerful energy to come back to life.
I understand, Father. Leave it to me. I'll get you the power of kings completely.
I trust you, my firstborn.
The connection would be severed, at which time a new goddess would have arrived with Jamura.
You noticed the death of Orochi. What the hell is happening? His power was not weak at all. No one from this insignificant universe should be able to stand up to him.
Don't be hasty, Toya. Orochi's power was unbalanced. His bloodlust led him to death.
How can you be so calm? He was our brother. I don't care who he was. Right now, I'm going to annihilate him.
Meanwhile, in a very special room, Matsuru was training together with Gohan, who had already managed to master his beast mode 100% and get a new transformation, or rather, the doctrines, but being in his mystical state, his hair did not do it. It was neither gray nor purple. His hair turned green. It was the most powerful state with which he was able to face Matsuru, one of the most powerful rebel gods. You have become very powerful, Gohan. It's not enough, but with this power, I know you'll be able to defend whatever you love and help me purify my brothers.
Of course, teacher. Take that for granted. I'll do everything in my power to bring them back, and everything is as before.
Gohan and Matsuru would come out from the room of time, realizing the presence of a new subject in the kingdom of everything. Ray, watching Matsuru, would be shocked.
You? How can this be true, Matsuru?
Ray, is it you? I thought you were dead with the annihilation of Zeno-sama's father and my father.
No, Matsuru. I was able to survive, but they took me to Multiverse 3 because my power was not compatible with this multiverse. Sometime later, I became the king of everything of said multiverse.
Do they know each other?
Of course, yes. He and I used to date millions of years ago. He dominates all fire energy and solar energy, and my power grows with infinity stars, especially with the sun. When we were fought together, no one was able to stop us.
One day, Ishuru, Matsuru's father, realized our relationship, and with his negative energy, he unleashed it throughout the universe, not allowing Matsuru to absorb solar energy. He left me on the verge of death, but my savior stood in front of me. Little Zen's father saved me.
Vegeta would be very surprised by what was said by both gods. Matsuru, I didn't know this angers you, but at this moment, we ended the life of Orochi because he was out of control.
I know what is best for my brothers. When they are fully purified, I want to revive them with the Super Dragon Balls without the desire to kill.
It was a pleasure to see you again, Matsuru, but I must return to my multiverse since I must also protect it. But do not forget, if one day you're in danger, think of me. And it does not matter if I'm in hell itself, I'll come to save you.
Ray would go to his multiverse. At that moment, Vegeta would realize the enormous power that Gohan had achieved, being surprised. How did you get so much power, Gohan? Your power surpasses mine easily. I can't believe it.
The training you had with Matsuru was the hardest training I've ever had.
It's my turn to train. Now, I'm also not going to become very powerful. Vegeta would enter the dimension of time to train on his own. But what they did not know was that Zeno-sama merged with Goku. His evil part had been released millions of years ago so that Zeno-sama became the king of everything. He had to maintain a pure heart, and for that, he had to eliminate the little bit of evil that was in it and seal it to the external seal of darkness, since if a part died at that time, both did. but after millions of years, both parties are completely separated. His counterpart was preparing to exterminate everything created by his father, and with his power, he is sure to defeat the rebellious gods. Since, with his mental power, he would do that. His guards merged with this. A certain day, an incredible power made the entire palace rumble completely. That's right, Zeno-sama had merged with his guardians, going into his combat form, with which few warriors were capable of doing him front.
I hope you're prepared, since the beginning of the end is about to begin. I'll start with the cursed one who has a part of my power. That's right, I'll start with you, Vegito.
Zeno-sama's evil counterpart had been born that way. With his mental power, he was able to make the Guardians give him their power and thus merge with it. Meanwhile, in the room of time, Vegeta was training very hard. However, at any moment, he would see a Saiyan who would tell him, You are the salvation of all that Omniverse. You have the offspring of the first Saiyan God and the blood of a creator god. Please do not fail us.
Omniverse? Creator God? What is that supposed to be? Who are you?
Excuse my lack of respect. My name is Chemis, and I am the fourth descendant of the Saiyan God, who thought that his legacy had come to an end with the death of Yamoshi and the old Saiyan God.
I don't understand anything. Please explain yourself. What am I supposed to do? I can see that you don't have bad intentions, but I still don't understand anything.
To the 6 gods that you are going to face, correct that they're descendants of the god of death. However, if we compare them to the descendants of the negative creator god, they are like children at his side. He is about to come back to life, and if that happens, neither I nor anyone else will be able to defeat it.
So what do we do to avoid his revival?
All of this was because Zeno-sama fused with you. The Eternal Seal had slight damage, but the power of the negative creator god being so much, he was able to take advantage of said opening.
I understand. So, should I make said seal again with the other kings of everything?
That's right, but first you must become much more powerful. I'll take care of that. You're a Saiyan like me. You shouldn't be ashamed of your primitive form, since it is the most destructive form that all Saiyan possesses.
Do you mean the Azara form? I don't understand if the Azara transformation only made my power multiply 10 times, unlike the Super Saiyan which multiplies it 50 times.
I can see that you don't have any experience. You're partially right, but when you reach the divine rank, things change, since the Uzara mode is much more difficult to master, and this means that its power does not multiply even 50 times. Not 100 times, your power will multiply 500 times more.
What? Did you just tell me? That's impossible. Ever. No transformation is capable of multiplying your fighting power so much. It's a damn joke.
I have already told you what is necessary. Since you possess the power of a king of everything, make your tail grow again. Dominate said state. Combine both doctrines to obtain the Heavenly Super Saiyan 4. I've just revealed a great secret. Chemis would disappear from Vegeto's mind, leaving him with doubts about everything he had told him, since it was impossible. However, the essence of Zeno-sama would be present.
Vegito, don't hesitate. Do what Kami-sama told you. Do you know who Zenshan is?
That's right. Kami-sama was my father's teacher. He was the being who taught him everything he knew, and even until the day of his death, he was never able to face him, and a being saying like you knows all the strengths and weaknesses doesn't hesitate to do it. I trust you. Vegeta, realizing that the words of said being were not to be underestimated, he would take the new training, which consisted of mastering his Ozaru state. Meanwhile, outside the room of time, everything was flowing normally. However, at any moment, a noise would shake the whole kingdom completely. That's right, Zeno-sama had arrived at the palace, or rather, he would have already released all his power. He was confident that he would not be defeated as long as Vegeta was not there in said place. This tremor would be felt by the 12 universes since Zeno-sama took precautions. He chose to put a barrier in the 12 universes so that the rebellious gods did not feel his power. Zeno-sama would appear in the kingdom of everything in front of Amatsuru and Gohan. Both were surprised. Who are you supposed to be? Your essence is totally different from Zeno-sama that we know. You exude absolute evil. I'm the counterpart of that dam.
The only thing I realized was that because of my idiocy, everyone was in danger. I should have never sealed them. I should have killed them with my own hands.
But what are you supposed to say, Zeno-sama? And why do you have that appearance?
Do not go towards a mortal, and for your question, I'll answer it because today will be the day of your death. This is my combat form, or rather, my true form, which was sealed to me being able to cut on half and split both as Zeno-samas.
Now I understand everything. You're not the Zeno-sama that merged with my father for nothing, and you will not leave any alternative but to kill yourself.
I hope you have enough power to back up your words, you damn mortal.
Zeno-sama moved at the speed that even Amatsuru had difficult observing, giving Gohan a big blow that would make him kneel in pain because the power of his blow had been supreme. Gohan, being in a state base, couldn't do anything. Amatsuru would attack, both having been in a very even battle. However, while Amatsuru attacked, she would say to herself, "If it weren't for the help of the 12 sons of this entire metaverse, I would be able to face him. The thirst for revenge that this damned man has makes all his power really amazing. I can't believe it." At that moment, Zeno-sama would land a strong blow to her face at maximum speed. Divine slap. Die! Zeno-sama's hand touched Amatsuru, which would fly hundreds of thousands of kilometers through several planets in her path. The blow was so powerful that not even the planets that were in different universes could meet saved.
You forgot that I am a complete original king. Now that I know the source of your power, let's see what to do. Absolute darkness! Deborah the Infinite!
A disgusting negative energy was released throughout the universe. Zeno-sama's power had been able to cover all 12 universes, including the 12 suns, which stopped giving him Amatsuru power. His power rapidly decreased. Zeno-sama, he was about to give the final blow. However, at that moment, in front of him would appear Whirus. Gohan based his maximum power in the fusion of all the gods and angels who called themselves Archon.
We are here to help you, Goddess of the Sun, seeing that you are willing to give your life for the 12 universes. We'll not let you die. You are important to us.
Now I'll return the blow you gave me a few moments ago.
You have the appearance of Zeno-sama from millions of years ago, but I know you're not him. So get ready. Even if we must die with you, we will. We will not let you end this entire multiverse. I realize that they're nothing more than insects. Even if 100 warriors come together, they'll not be able to do it, because 100 ants will not be able to defeat a dinosaur like me.
I hope you're sure about this. Now, divine combination! The three individuals had performed a technique that united both their souls and their powers. However, it was very different from a fusion since the power was quadrupled in each of the warriors. The trio of warriors began to beat up the warriors. Zeno-sama, who could do anything to defend himself, he was receiving the biggest beating in his entire life.
What the hell's going on? I can't even see where they're attacking me from. Their powers explode in the blink of an eye.
The attacks continued like this for approximately 15 minutes, in which they were about to defeat Zeno-sama. However, in an oversight of Archon, he was able to wound him to death. And at the moment of doing this, Gohan, as Whirus, would give a cry of pain. Oh, it can't be! Archon's been hurt! Divine combinations were not all advantages, since by combining their bodies, souls, and spirits, what one warrior felt could also be felt by the other. And if one of them died in one way or another, the warriors who were connected to said fusion died. It was a double-edged technique, and with both, they could cut each other.
Wow! Now I understand everything. Just as their power is increasing by uniting in an amazing way, they also connect with each other. And what one feels, the other will feel. This is wonderful because if I kill one, I'll kill 3 birds with 1 stone.
Gohan and Whirus released much more power to be able to allow Archon to recover a bit. However, the energy drain was making itself felt. Meanwhile, in the Room of Time, the giant golden Azora was destroying everything around him, since this would have no reason.
Vegito, do I give my power to a being like he is not capable of mastering a simple transformation? I trust you, Vegito, to master all that power and save this Omniverse.
Omniverso,
Zeno-sama. That's right, you're doing well. You can. Don't let the power control you. I trust you, Vegito.
At that moment, an amazing light would illuminate all around him. A powerful and new warrior would have appeared. His appearance was imposing. From the top up, he had heavenly white fur, while his hair had purple and gray parts due to the doctrines of Goku and Vegeta. I finally achieved it, but I can't believe the ki that runs through my veins. It's extremely unreal. Chemist was right. I could feel that my powers multiplied dozens of times. I don't know how exactly many, but even if it exceeds the Enhancer Saiyan. Now train said transformation since the energy drain should be abysmal. Vegeta began to train said transformation. However, when he wanted to return to his base state, he could not. Why can't I go back to my normal form? You cannot return to your base state because your power has now reached a new level. Now you'll always be in your most powerful state, and in this way, you'll be able to master this power correctly. I understand, so I'll train for a few more hours and save the entire multiverse which Zeno-sama sacrificed himself. Meanwhile, in the entire palace, the warriors were very badly injured. The divine combination had left the three warriors on the verge of death, while Zeno-sama, possessing literally unlimited energy, was not so affected. I thought they would be better opponents, but they were nothing more than simple insects. I had very high expectations of you, but it's time for your death. On the other hand, in Universe 18, there was Jamura, who was very thoughtful since he had not had reports of Amatsuru. I don't think that cursed Amatsuru has betrayed us. She never liked our way of being, but we are his brothers, and if she did, we would be two fewer, and we are three left, so we must take things seriously. Meanwhile, in the time room, Vegito had already mastered his power 100% without having any energy waste. Vegito would leave said place feeling an extremely powerful ki far away from them. Realizing everything, these would also be in space since Zeno-sama had completely destroyed the kingdom. Vegito would arrive seconds before Zeno-sama gave him the final blow. Vegito with a strong kick would send him flying. You did very well, Gohan. Don't worry. Now I take care of this. Vegeta would have arrived on the battlefield. He was furious to know that a counterpart of his great friend almost murdered his son and the goddess who helped them. From your appearance, I could tell that you're Zeno-sama, but due to your disgusting ki, you're his negative part. You're right, damn mortal, and neither you nor anyone else will be able to stop. Zeno-sama was not able to finish his sentence because at that precise moment, Vegito at a speed that even for a rebellious god was difficult to follow. Vegito, in a matter of seconds, would leave Zeno-sama on the ground very badly injured. What the hell happened? I couldn't see anything. Is this really the same guy who entered the room 3 days ago? How are you able to hit me? This is a damn joke. You can't have that much power. Right now, I'll show you the power that no matter how hard your effort and training, you'll never be able to achieve. Zeno-sama began to increase his power of him in such an amazing and bestial way that even everyone present was a little scared of such due power. That look, without any expression, is what I hate so much. You think you're better than any of us here, but this place will be your death, and I'll keep your power. Zeno-sama would throw himself at an incredible speed. However, for Vegito, it was not that surprising. Vegito was able to see each of his movements, and being inches away from hitting him, a strong pressure would fall on him. Absolute pressure from King Saiyan! Stop moving! Zeno-sama could not even move a single centimeter. His power was so much that even for a king of everything, it was something incredible to witness. Meanwhile, in a multiverse far away, to be more exact in Multiverse 1, there was a being with a peculiar appearance. Since at first glance it seemed like a normal human, this being was observing everything from a crystal ball.
Wow, apparently a new descendant of the original God Saiyan has resurfaced. Apparently his power is great enough to even humiliate a king completely in his combat form.
Returning to the battlefield, Vegeta was massacring Zeno-sama, who did not give in. However, with each exchange of blows, you could see how this battle spear was decreasing more and more.
What the hell are you? Even though my counterpart gave you all his power, I possessed so much more power. This can't be happening.
You're correct. If I only faced you with the power that Zeno-sama left in my body, you'd be able to defeat me. But I'm a Saiyan. I'm a warrior race. And every day we become more powerful. So I hope you're ready to die.
Since at this moment, Vegeta would move away and begin to charge a very powerful attack, with which he intended to reduce him to atoms.
I won't let you exterminate me so easily. Receive this miserable Mega Universal Atom Record! Let's see what you can do with this.
That's not enough for my Super King Big Bang Hame! Increased 100 times Divino! Both would begin to collide, and the clash was so much that even the barrier that Zeno-sama would have put up at the beginning was cracking from so much energy. How is that possible that trash attack has the same power as mine? I'm a king of everything! Zeno-sama would focus so much more power on his attack, however, it would not have been enough, as a laugh would ring out throughout the kingdom of everything. This will definitely be your end, since I'm not even using 75% of all my power in this attack. Disappear! Vegeta would be using much more energy in his attack, causing Zeno-sama's attack to lose and both attacks to collide with it, disintegrating it without leaving any trace. This is amazing! I finished off a king completely in less than 30 minutes. The power that this being possesses is overwhelming. Vegeta would have approached everyone, restoring all their injuries and their energies.
Apparently, you have become very powerful. But just like the Saiyan race, our race is also very powerful. And our prodigies, I will train in said room and then I will fight you against you. Great Vegito-sama.
Okay, Whirus, but I doubt you'll be able to face me.
Whirus would enter this dimension very focused on his goal, because he could not bear that a super god destroyer he called Beerus had been eliminated. He began with arduous training, being on the verge of death every day. Meanwhile, on the Multiverse 1, Kamicha was very interested in that warrior. He knew that with the help of said subject, he could end all the ambitions of the others completely negative kings.
Leviathan, come immediately.
At that moment, a very beautiful girl would appear in front of the realm of the whole Multiverse 1.
Tell me, Lord, is something that you want?
I want you to bring the Saiyan from the multiverse of Zeno-sama. I don't care what method you use, but I want to have him here in front of me today.
Of course, my lord, as you order.
Leviathan began to travel between dimensions. She even caused some destroyed and others to be distorted due to the speed at which said woman was moving. Her power was so much that a multiverse less than Multiverse 3 could not bear her presence. They would not spend more than 30 minutes in which an incredible tremor would make the multiverse of Zeno-sama shake.
I can't believe it! Who is the being that gives so much power? This being must be an existence that is on the top of everything known and existing.
In Universe 16, the super god of destruction, Zizor, also felt an incredibly terrifying power.
Whom does all this power belong to? His power is so much that even in my demonic Super Saiyan transformation, I don't think he is able to face him.
In the 18 universes, they were similar comments because the power of Leviathan was incredibly overwhelming. However, the power of Vegeta was not far behind, only that he was repressing 95% of all his power so as not to attract the attention of beings much more powerful. Leviathan would arrive at the King's Castle of Everything, entering through the main gate.
Whom are you supposed to be? This is a divine place. Ordinary beings cannot enter.
However, Leviathan at that moment would look at him again with a look so cold and penetrating that he would be frozen. Daishinkan's body had been wrapped in very powerful ice that no being in his same dimension of power was able to get out.
That's what you get for being so impertinent. You're not talking to any being. You're talking to the right hand of the first king of all, Kamicha-sama.
At that moment, Amatsuru would appear in front of her, being surprised not because she knew her, but because the pressure she exerted even made her instincts tell her to escape from that place.
So, you're Amatsuru, called the goddess of the sun. Let's see how great your power is.
However, Vegeta would arrive at an incredible speed, putting himself in front of his goddess.
I can feel how your power is even greater than the king of everything in my world. Who are you?
and what are you looking for in my multiverse?
Leviathan would stare at him. So, you are the mortal who merged with the king of everything. Your power's not bad at all. You could easily take the position of the king of the whole of the Multiverse 3.
I'm not interested. I just want to protect my entire multiverse. So tell me what you want.
My king of everything, Kamicha-sama, requests your presence.
At this moment, I'm indisposed. Inform your king completely that if he wants to see me, he'll have to wait a while longer.
Furious Leviathan would attack. However, the voice of his king would resonate in his mind.
Stop, Leviathan. The power of that guy is not something you can face very easily. I can tell you for sure that if you want to win or not, come back, and in a few days I'll personally go visit that king.
Leviathan, with his pride shattered, since even his king of everything had told him to abandon the mission, she would rise and very furiously return. But at that very moment, a new gigantic power would also be felt in the kingdom of everything. Whirus would have finished his training. I can't believe the hidden power of the gods of this generation possesses. Their power is so much that now they easily surpass us.
I'm ready to face you.
I know it will be a very close battle, but I am not going to give up.
Come and show me that you're worthy of being a king of everything.
Vegeta launched at a speed that no one was able to observe. However, at that precise moment, Whirus would move at a speed much higher than Vegeta's, being able to give him a strong blow that was not able to observe at all.
Apparently, Mr. Beerus and Whis have increased their fighting power too much, and when they were fused, their power explodes in an incredible way.
Vegeta would begin to increase his power in an absurdly incredible way. Now, not only in 18 universes felt such bestial power, but also the multiverses that were next to him. The power was so much that everyone knew that a new Super King had been born at all. Meanwhile, in Universe 18, the last 4 rebellious gods were gathered, and when they felt such power, they knew that they had no chance against that power.
The only thing we can do now, my brothers, is to merge with each other. This will be the last time we will see each other, but it will be for our father, the ancient god of death.
The rebellious gods would agree. They began with a fusion, just like the angels and gods. These had not only merged their powers, but had also united their souls, forming a new being. The appearance of this subject was that of Zizor, since he was the most powerful god of the rebellious gods, and he would remain in full control of the body.
I swear that I will not disappoint you, my brothers. I'll do your will. I will murder that damn Saiyan, and I'll bring our father to life again.
Zizor, with his new power, went to a very special room, which was a room created to be demonic. But since this being had demonic blood, he could access it without any difficulty. That's right, Zizor began with arduous training. Returning to the field of battle, the couple between two super fusions was very even.
Mr. Beerus should never have been a normal god of destruction. His power goes much further than that. I'm sure Mr. Beerus' family are very powerful beings.
Get this-o! Destruction Sphere!
Vegeta would charge a powerful final glow, with which he would be able to disintegrate the god's attack, and the attack would cause the planets to different universes to be involved in annihilation. So both decided to end the battle.
I'm very surprised. Your power has grown in an amazing way, and you'll be a great ally in this coming war.
You are also king of everything. I never thought that a fusion with those Saiyans would make you so powerful.
They would continue talking, but moments later in all 6 multiverses, a voice would rumble.
No matter what they do, or how much they train, their destiny is death. Those who swear allegiance to me will live, while those who oppose me will perish. So I am Daisuke-sama, the negative creator god.
Goku and Vegeta were ready to finish with the life of all the divine beings of the multiverse of Zeno-sama. Nevertheless, at the moment of arriving to the multiverse of Zeno-sama, it seemed to be all empty. At the same instant, Goku and Vegeta had liberated a great part of their energies, beginning to destroy everything around them, being so much that even the other universes were being affected.
but the moment no divine being would arrive to the place, so that in that instant, both at an impressive speed would arrive to the kingdom of everything, in which at that moment of arriving, they were surprised when observing all the divine beings, but in this occasion, even Kimura was with them.
Goku and Vegeta of Universe 7 will finish with your life at this moment, and nothing and nobody will be able to help since we will divinely seal all this multiverse.
At that moment, with the help of Kimura, a great divine seal had sealed the entire multiverse of Zeno-sama so that no one was able to leave or enter.
I swear to you that I'll finish with each one of you, and I intend to fulfill it. Today will be the day of your death.
At that moment, Daishinkan would raise his power to the maximum, preparing for the great battle, and in the same way, all the divine beings had merged to face them. That's right, everyone knew that both Saiyans were not ordinary warriors.
It seems that they tried so hard, but that'll not be enough, since we have the power beyond the power of a king at all.
That's right. No matter what you do, today will be the day of your death.
At that moment, a great roar would be felt all over that place. That's right, the king of everything, Zeno-sama, was accessing his combat form, with which he would surprise everyone present, even Goku and Vegeta, who didn't believe the power of Zeno-sama.
I hope you're prepared, since you'll be the ones to die in this place.
At that moment, the battles would begin, and after only a few seconds, all the planets of the 12 universes were being destroyed because the power released was incredible. At that moment, Goku and Vegeta realized the powers the deities had, and without trusting, they would have a great part of their energy, so the battle had become a little more balanced.
Heavenly Dragon! Repel Go Connection!
At that moment, a great dragon of dark color would head towards all those present, but before colliding with them, thousands of rays would cause the great damage, so that at that moment, all the divine beings had been a little stunned. At the moment, Goku and Vegeta at a great speed had been prepared to end the life of Daishinkan-sama. However, at that moment, an incredible pressure would fall on them. That's right, it was the pressure of Kimura, with which he would help the multiverse and other worldly beings, was able to even push back beings as powerful as Goku and Vegeta. At that moment, Zeno-sama began to exchange blows at an incredible speed with Goku, while Vegeta was facing Daishinkan and Archon at the same time, which, with the power of all the gods and angels together, as power had risen in an incredible way, being so much that even for Vegeta was a little complicated to keep up. At the moment, Daishinkan was able to connect a great blow in the face of Vegeta, which made him fall to the ground very badly hurt.
Damn trash! I swear I'll exterminate you! I'll not allow you to make fun of me! Mr. Vegeta, you're really more powerful than us, but the whole multiverse of Zeno-sama is contaminated by Kimura's energy. Damn it! That's why my power has been diminishing.
But at that instant, a great attack would be able to send Zeno-sama flying, which at the moment of standing up, large quantities came out of his mouth. That's right, the blow that Goku had given him had an incredible power.
It doesn't matter that the whole multiverse of this damn thing has Kimura's garbage energy. They'll be exterminated by us.
Vegeta at that moment would stand up, while at the instant he would increase his power in an amazing way. So much so that he would even begin to crack every barrier Zeno-sama's kingdom. Meanwhile, in the multiverse of Android 21, Reich was a little pensive because of the vision he had.
Will everything be alright? The vision I had with Kimura doesn't leave me very calm. I feel that something very bad's about to happen. Is something wrong, Reich-sama? I thought you were training with my lady.
No, Android 21 wants to train on her own, and I don't have a head to train anyway. Something's about to happen.
Is it because Goku and Vegeta left for their multiverse? If you wish, I can observe how they are if you makes you feel more at ease.
I appreciate it, Cirrus. At that moment, Cirrus, with her great power as a priestess, began to follow the essence of both Saiyans until she reached Zeno-sama's multiverse. But when she wanted to enter, it was impossible. That's right, the Great Barrier would not allow her to connect to that multiverse. What happened, Cirrus?
Reich-sama, I'm not able to access the multiverse of Zeno-sama. A very strong power has surrounded his multiverse, and I'm afraid that no being is able to enter or leave.
Meanwhile, returning to both Saiyans, despite being on the ropes, it would not be enough to have defeated them, since at that moment, even Prince Vegeta had been able to kill Archon, having this time much more even battle. At the moment, Vegeta would create a great energy attack, which Daishinkan, with great difficulty, was able to dodge it. But Vegeta, at a much higher speed, would get on his back and with a great kick would send him to crash into a planet, which would be destroyed at the same moment.
As I told you, Priest, no matter what they do, we Saiyans know no limits whatsoever.
While Goku and Zeno-sama were equally maintaining a very even battle, but in every exchange of blows, Zeno-sama's fists were shaking. That's right, the power that Goku possessed was overwhelming, even for a king of the whole.
Damn,
How do you have so much power? You're a mere mortal.
I'm a mere mortal now. You used to tell me I was your best friend.
Zeno-sama, furious again, had launched himself against Goku. However, the result would be the same. At that moment, the King of Everything would create a great divine technique with which he had planned to end the life of Goku.
1000 Annihilator!
Millions of attacks had been directed towards Goku, who with a big smile would create a dark energy around his whole body.
I'll give it back to you. Reflective barrier!
At that moment, an incredible energy barrier had been able to return each of the attacks Zeno-sama, who would be able to dodge them with too much difficulty, while Goku was very calm.
Is that all you got? I thought you were called the King of Everything because of your power, but you should be called the King of Everything.
Meanwhile, Reich had been able to reach Android 21, who at that moment would stop her training. What are you telling me? You can't be happening. Goku and Vegeta have the power to take on all the kings of everything together.
I know, but that's how it's possible that Zeno-sama's multiverse sealed.
This only means that an angelic has been left alive. At that moment, both kings had left at the maximum speed towards the barriers of Zeno-sama's universe with the intention of being able to destroy them. But while this was happening, Kimura was furious when he realized that no being was capable of ending the life of any Saiyan.
Those are really damned ones must call themselves elite warriors, but they won't be able to defeat me. I'm the best warrior of all the multiverses.
Goku at that moment, a little tired, would take the battle a little more seriously, and at the moment of a great attack, he would disintegrate Zeno-sama, turning him into simple lava, since he had used a fire energy in his attack.
Wow, apparently I've become too powerful to disintegrate a king completely.
At that moment, Kimura would stand up.
All this time has not been wasted, as you now observe the warrior who will end your pathetic life.
At that moment, Kimura's whole body would start to accelerate all his metabolism, and likewise, an incredible power would be felt from inside him. At the moment of a big explosion, a new being could be observed, but the key was very similar to Kimura's.
What do you think of my new body? I've been researching, and this is the most powerful body among the 6 universes. What the hell? You emanate incredible power, but your appearance is that of a mere human.
Kimura at that moment, with a strong blow, would make Goku vomit blood, because the blow that he would give him would have an incredible power. At that moment, Vegeta, without wasting time, would throw a great attack towards Daishinkan, which, being very badly wounded, was not able to counter it. Perishing imminently, in that moment both warriors would be put in front of Kimura, which despite being at a numerical disadvantage, was able to hit both Saiyans with strong blows, which would be sent flying at an astonishing speed throughout the universe. At the moment, Goku and Vegeta would be recomposed so that in the same way they launched an attack, but the difference in power was incredible. Meanwhile, on the borders of the multiverse of Zeno-sama, Reich along with Android 21 had already arrived, but it was impossible to destroy the barriers, which seemed to not suffer any scratches from both kings.
Damn it, I'm not gonna let Goku and Vegeta die. They are already a part of Multiverse 2. That's right, we can't let this happen.
Meanwhile, with battle, both Saiyans had begun a big beating, being badly injured. At the moment, Goku would use a big energy sphere to stun Kimura.
Vegeta, the only way to defeat him is to fuse with him.
Damn, you know I hate to fuse with you, but it's true, there's no other alternative.
At that moment, Goku and Vegeta, with the help of the earrings, had fused, appearing Vegeta SSJ4, which at that moment gave off an amazing power, leaving everyone surprised by the power he gave off. He even was able to destroy the entire barrier of Kimura. At that moment, an amazing pressure would be felt all over the place, so much that even Reich and Android 21 were not able to move calmly.
What is this? The pressure is comparable to that of the Omega King at all. I'm not able to breathe normally.
At that moment, they were able to observe how a Saiyan-looking warrior was in front of Kimura, who this time was not able to move despite having the most gifted body of all the multiverses.
Kimura, your grudge against us led you to manipulate everyone in Zeno-sama's multiverse. But what's the point? We'll just as soon wipe out each and every one of you. Damn you! You're the failure of the gods! You should not have ever existed! Whether we're failures or not, we'll be the ones to end your pathetic life right now.
Vegeta, on this occasion, without any difficulty, had given him a great blow, with which he had been able to seriously affect all his nervous system as well as his spiritual sea. At the moment, Kimura was lying on the ground very badly wounded.
It's time to finish you and every being in this multiverse.
At that moment, the powerful Vegeta had charged one of the most powerful attacks with the intention of finishing with every being. But at that moment of launching it, all his power had been focused on Kimura, disappearing him completely.
All the other beings of this multiverse is not to blame for anything, so I'll give them a chance. At that moment, the fusion would end, returning Goku and Vegeta, and in the same way, Android 21 and Reich would approach both of them. What was all that power? That's right! His power surpassed by hundreds of times the power of a normal king. It's fusion, and with that power, we're able to unite all our power and multiply it a few times. But it's all over now. That's right. Now it's time to go back. That's right, as everyone would return to each of their multiverses, while Goku and Vegeta had gone to investigate other multiverses to protect the weak. $70 million years ago, there was an unimaginable void without any life, when suddenly emerged a being which didn't know it was himself where he was.
What's going on? What am I? I can't see anything. What is this immense void?
What he didn't know was, until that moment, was that he was an omnipotent being who was going to create everything known as the universe. He would even create a whole multiverse full of different types of life in order to find at some point an individual who could match or surpass the strength of his son called Zeno-sama. In Zeno-sama's palace, 30 million years after the birth of Zeno-sama's father, he introduces himself to his son.
Zeno-sama, my son, you've grown strong and apparently you've become very powerful over the centuries.
Father, I've always felt that my existence has no purpose. I often get bored. Why did you bring me to life to be bored?
70 million years ago, there was a void from which I was created. As I grew, I developed powers and immeasurable strength. As a result of that, a need was born in me to find a being who could match or surpass your strength, to even equal my own greatness. That's why I created planets, galaxies, universes, and living beings of various species.
All this was created just so that I could exist?
Yes, my son. Every star, every life form, everything has a purpose. To prepare you to be the supreme god of all that I've created. You're the main reason for all my creation.
It's a heavy burden, Father. Why me?
Because in you, I see the true potential to rule in this vast cosmos. You are the hope to maintain harmony among the creations that have sprung from my being. You are the missing piece in this cosmic chest.
Father, all this that you tell me is an enormous responsibility. I don't know if I'm ready to be able to do it. What if I fail?
There is no failure, son. Your very existence is success. Every moment in your life has molded you into the supreme being that you are. I trust you will fulfill your destiny.
What about you, Father? What role do you play in all this?
My role is to guide you from the shadows, to watch you fulfill your purpose. Finding balance in the universe is a task that requires your leadership. I'll be here, in the darkness, watching you carry out the mission I have given you.
I understand, Father. Leave everything in my hands.
Thus passed centuries, millennia, in which Zeno-sama was guided by his father to govern the immense multiverse he had created for him, but now convinced of the purpose he had in his life. In the present time, 30 million years after the conversation that Zeno-sama and his father had, in one of the universes created by Father Zeno, on a planet called Earth, Kakarot and Vegeta were training together with Whis and Beerus after having faced very powerful beings. While they were training, the Earth was illuminated by flashes of energy. As Kakarot and Vegeta embark on intense training, Whis and Beerus watch from a distance, assessing the Saiyans' every move as they prepare to rise in their skills.
Hey, Vegeta! Remember when we first faced Frieza? That guy was incredibly strong.
Yes, Kakarot. That was our first encounter with an enemy of another level. But we cannot forget the cell bug, that creature with cells from all of us. He put us in big trouble with his martial arts tournament. Luckily, your son became strong.
Both Saiyans exchanged energy blasts. Each hit and dodge was an echo of their long history of battles.
Ah, yes! The first time you showed the teleportation technique. That was amazing! Thanks to Gohan, we were able to defeat him.
But then came Majin Buu. That battle was unforgettable. We had to merge to have a chance.
The fusion was great, but we also learned about redemption and kindness at that time. Buu became good because of you.
As they continue their training, the energy of both Saiyans light up the space. Whis and Beerus watch with interest. Yes, but don't forget about Beerus. That god of destruction who almost wiped out the Earth with a single sneeze. Although in the end, he turned out to be more of a joker than we thought.
Yes, I remember when I tried to fight him in my Super Saiyan 3 form. I wasn't at his level, but at least I gave him a fight in my Super Saiyan God form, and that was possible thanks to all of you.
That's right. And now we're here, training with Whis and Beerus. We cannot let our guard down, Kakarot. There'll always be bigger challenges.
Exactly. Every fight makes us stronger. Let's keep training and bettering ourselves.
Of course. We're always one step closer to being the strongest warriors in the universe. The training continues as Kakarot and Vegeta, under the tutelage of Whis and Beerus, strive to reach new levels of power in order to defend the Earth from new and more powerful enemies that may appear with the desire to destroy the planet that welcomed them. While Kakarot and Vegeta were training to overcome their limits, Whis and Beerus encouraged them to keep improving.
Very good, Saiyans. Keep it up.
Yes, they're very strong, but I don't know if that'll be enough to keep my interest. Suddenly, they feel a dark presence and the whole environment begins to become dark, and a dark, powerful presence fills the place.
What's going on, Mr. Whis? Something's not right. I feel an extremely powerful and dark presence.
That feeling sounds familiar. Who could it be? The darkness intensifies, and suddenly an opposing figure appears in front of them like a shadowy nebula. Inhabitants of the multiverse, have you missed me? Hello, dear inhabitants of the multiverse. I've come to observe progress of my creations.
What? Who is this guy?
I don't know, Kakarot, but his presence is overwhelming.
No way.
What? The figure lingers in a shadowy haze, with the speaker being the father of Zeno-sama, the omnipotent being who created the multiverse. This one appears in all multiverse, where all the warriors were training for future problems. This guy is the father of Zeno-sama, the creator of everything we know of universes beyond our imagination. I didn't think we'd ever see him.
Sir, your arrival is unexpected. Forgive the insolence, but to what do we owe you presents?
The inclination of Whis and all the angels of different universes is because they have knowledge of who was the father of Zeno-sama. For that reason, they have a great fear and respect for him. I see you've been busy, warriors. You have faced great obstacles throughout your insignificant lives, but this time has come. Are you strong enough?
We're always up for a good challenge.
Shut up, Kakarot. Don't you feel how powerful he is? How can you say that? Haven't you noticed something missing in the multiverse? At that moment, Zeno-sama's father set out to tell them the reason for the ambiguous question. Moments before Zeno's father appeared before the whole multiverse, he was very angry because when he woke up from the dream of millions of years, he was surprised that many things had happened that went against the main reason why he created the whole universe. Because of this, he appears before his son Zeno-sama. In the center of the realm of everything, the overwhelming presence of Zeno-sama's father eclipses space. His voice booms like thunder as he directs his fury towards his son Zeno-sama. The latter, visibly nervous, tries to defend himself as the tension between the two intensifies. Zeno-sama, you failed in your duty as supreme god. All the warriors of the multiverse have overstepped their bounds and now dare to call themselves gods. Gods? This is unacceptable!
Father, I understand that this is all being misunderstood, but...
There's no excuses, Zeno-sama. Your lack of authority has allowed inferior beings to rise above us. How dare you let them usurp the title of gods?
I'm sorry, Father. I did not intend for things to come to this point.
The anger in Father Zeno's voice increases. His tone becomes more defiant and contemptuous. Your intention? Your weakness has sullied the name of our divinity. The only god here is me, and no one else should dare to call himself that. No one!
Father, I understand that I'm in your debt, but we can find another way to restore order.
Father Zeno's response is an explosion of contempt and fury. You do not deserve the title of god at all. Your weakness has tainted my creation. Because of your incompetence, I must restore the balance, even if it means getting rid of you.
What? Father, please don't do it! There's so much I can still learn and improve! I can fix all of this!
Zeno-sama's imploration is lost in Father Zeno's cold determination.
It is already too late, Zeno. Weakness must be eradicated from existence for true power to prevail.
In an instant, Zeno-sama's father unleashes a blast of devastating energy that engulfs Zeno-sama and begins to tear him to shreds as he screams in pain.
No, father, please! Ah!
Order has been restored. No one else will dare to challenge my supremacy. I will now take it upon myself to re-establish balance through my creation.
In the present day, in front of the terrified warriors, due to what Zeno-sama's father had informed them what had happened to his son Zeno-sama, a being they all adored and feared.
You insignificant beings now understand. Because of this, I will destroy all the timelines and universes that exist. I am a divine being, omnipotent, and I can do it. But I will give you a chance to fight for your lives. So I'll organize a tournament in which the strongest warriors of the entire multiverse will participate so that the power will prevail.
Earth 2024.
What?
This can't be true.
Do you think we can face something like that, Mr. Piccolo?
Oh? We'll have to train a lot physically and, above all, mentally.
The idea of a tournament piques his interest, seeing the opportunity to test his own power and perhaps become even stronger. Thraxis Nocturne. Planet sunk in the shadows.
A tournament, eh? Well, I'll show that true power is not limited to divine beings.
I won't let them destroy our future. I will fight in that tournament and protect my own.
A tournament with the strongest warriors, huh? It'll be my chance to show that the Saiyans are not insignificant beings. We will see who is truly divine in this tournament. My empire will prevail.
A competition between the strongest. Interesting. I was showed that the Metacoolers are superior in all universes.
Nigerian, a world with perpetually cloudy skies where storms of dark energy lash the surface.
Father, this tournament will be the perfect occasion to show you that my power surpasses yours. Perfect. I'll show my true power and wreak havoc in every corner of the multiverse. Destruction in a tournament. What a magnificent combination. I will be the ultimate warrior and subdue all under my rule. Let's fight. This tournament will be my stage to demonstrate the power I've obtained.
Dracoria, homeworld of the humanoid dragon warriors and the descendants.
The threat of destruction is overwhelming. My fire may not be enough to face its dark omnipotence.
A shadow that threatens to destroy everything. My ability to manipulate the darkness may not be enough. Even with my swordsmanship, facing an omnipotent divine being will be an unparalleled challenge. This divine being has the power to destroy everything I love. My fire will be my defense.
A divine threat. My control over thunderstorms will be enough. This will be a challenge like never before.
After seeing the various emotions and thoughts of the main participants of the tournament, Zeno-sama's father begins to explain the rules of this supposed tournament.
Minimal beings. The rules are simple. The tournament will be to the death. It'll be held in a timeless space where the laws of time and physics are temporarily suspended. The only way to eliminate an opponent is to make his heart stop. It is by killing him. There's no other way. In this tournament, it is either you or your rival. There's no limits on the use of skills. You must unleash your full potential without restriction, so as not to be destroyed in the process. I'll be the one who will watch over the whole process. The participant who wins will have the joy of facing me, putting his life and the life of his universe at stake. But I'm a PS deity, and I will bring him the opportunity to have a divine power similar to mine for a determined time. If he does not take the advantage of it, he will have to accept the consequences.
In spite of the uncertainty that the warriors have in front of what the father of Zeno-sama has said, some are excited and others are worried.
Wow, this sounds exciting! A tournament with fighters from all universes. It's gonna be great!
Why should we trust this tournament to be fair? By killing them?
So I can fight to the best of my ability. But killing beings that are just fighting for their lives is not nice.
I hope everything I've said has been clear to everyone. The only rule is that you have to kill your opponent so that they don't kill you. I want to make that clear. You will have to kill your opponent. The way we will check if you're worthy of calling yourselves gods.
Father Zeno disappears and everything returns to normal. You can see Kakarot's excited about the new enemy that is seen. It is very powerful. Vegeta, scared and worried about his family, angry with Kakarot.
Wow, that guy's incredibly strong. I'm excited to fight him in the next tournament.
Excited? Do you realize what's at stake, Kakarot?
The enemy is dangerous, and we can't just underestimate him.
But Vegeta, that guy has awesome power. It's gonna be the best fight of our lives.
This is not a game, Kakarot. Do you realize that we're putting our families and the entire universe at risk?
I know it's serious, Vegeta, but it's also a chance to get better. Besides, Zeno-sama's father is excited about this.
I can't believe you're so carefree. My family's in danger and you're excited about a fight.
I'm not saying I'm not serious, Vegeta, but when an opportunity presents itself to measure our power, I can't resist.
You always think about the fight, don't you? Sometimes I wish you had a little more responsibility.
Vegeta, I understand that you're worried about Bulma and Trunks, but trust that we can protect them.
I don't like the idea of someone else deciding about our lives.
I understand, Vegeta, but do you really think we can ignore this opportunity?
I'm not going to lose my family over a fight, but I also know that I can't stop you from getting excited about the battle.
At that moment, the tension between Kakarot and Vegeta is palpable as they prepare to face the new enemy. While Kakarot is filled with excitement for the fight, Vegeta faces the situation with a mixture of fear and determination. Thus, the training of the entire multiverse for their survival of their species began. From the moment on, the most powerful warriors of all the universes began to train with greater intensity in order to save their universes and timelines. After having communicated with the entire multiverse from the realm of everything, the father of Zeno-sama would observe everything from a crystal screen, that the warriors were getting stronger and stronger. He sent his shadow warriors to slow down the process of them.
But what is this feeling that stirs my supreme being? A mixture of fascination and disdain. It's inevitable that mortals yearn for more, that they aspire to surpass their boundaries. Yet some of these warriors are reaching levels I cannot allow. Their power threatens the balance I've established. It's enough that they're mere participants in my tournament. They must be contained. They must be eliminated before their ascensions endanger the stability of my creation. My shadow warriors, creatures of the shadow and executioners of my will travel throughout all the universes. They'll be my instruments to stop these reckless advances. I'll not allow the power of these warriors to grow beyond the limits set by my divinity.
Father Zeno, we're here to receive your orders.
Shadow creatures, my loyal enforcers, the time has come. The universes pulsate with an energy that threatens to destabilize the order I've established. Mortal warriors, in their relentless pursuit of power, are rising to dangerous heights. Their progress must be halted.
Your orders are our will. How do you wish us to proceed?
Each of you will disperse among the universes. Your mission is to find those warriors who dare to exceed the limits imposed. There's no room for compassion. The threat must be eradicated. Annihilate them without mercy.
We will, Father Zeno. No warrior will be strong enough to defy your will.
The shadow creatures set off to every universe and timeline to destroy every warrior who would participate. Along the way, they encountered weak warriors who they destroyed with these strong and very powerful ones. It was dusk when suddenly the Earth's atmosphere trembled with an unnatural darkness. In the blink of an eye, shadow creatures emerged from the interdimensional shadows, ethereal and menacing beings that would challenge even the strength of the mightiest warriors. Kakarot and Vegeta, training on the vast battlefield of Earth, sensed the arrival of an ominous presence. Shadow creatures, their ethereal forms and eyes burning with the intensity of darkness, materialized before them.
What are you?
We are servants of Father Zeno. Your progress has been noted and must be halted. The will of Father Zeno is the supreme law. The warriors have exceeded the allowable limits and will now be destroyed.
The shadow creatures moved with an agility that defied logic, leaving behind them trails of darkness. Kakarot and Vegeta prepared for the confrontation, their energies flashing in response to the threatening presence.
Well, it looks like we have new opponents. This should be interesting.
no matter who sends them, will not allow them to stop our progress. The shadow creatures, speechless, rushed towards Kakarot and Vegeta with flashing speed. The battle ahead would not only be a test of strength, but a struggle between light and darkness, between the determination of the warriors and the will of the father of Zeno-sama. The battle rages and the environment, plants, stones, and sky are witness to the incredible demonstration of power. Kakarot and Vegeta, deploying a great amount of ki, are in the center ready to face the two mysterious Shadow Warriors that attack them. Shadow Creature 1 moves at breakneck speed, leaving only flashes of darkness in its wake. Its form is ethereal, almost impossible to follow with the eye. It attacks with incredible precision, throwing punches and kicks that defy the perception of time. Shadow Creature 2 stands out for its devastating power. Its every strike sends out waves of dark energy that distort the surrounding space. Its presence emanates an ominous aura that shakes even the particles of space. The fight begins with Kakarot and Vegeta charging forward, but the Shadow Creatures respond with astonishing agility, dodging every blow and counterattacking with almost invisible movements. Faced with the speed of the Shadow Warriors, Kakarot and Vegeta are forced to raise their power to Super Saiyan level.
Vegeta, these guys are incredibly fast. I can't even keep up with their moves.
Looks like our usual speed isn't enough. We'll have to raise our power to the maximum. Both Saiyans concentrate, their golden auras bursting as they transform into Super Saiyan. Their golden hair lights up the space as they launch into a fierce offensive. But the Shadow Warriors remain equally agile, gracefully dodging the attacks. The intensity of the power illuminates the space.
Now, Vegeta, let's go all out.
Let's go, Kakarot. The Saiyans rush towards these Shadow Warriors with a fierce offensive. However, the Shadow Creatures dodge their attacks with surprising grace, moving through the energy blast with ease.
Is that the best you can do, Saiyans?
Their speed is admirable, but they're still not up to par. Damn it! It can't go on like this, Kakarot. We need something else.
You're right, Vegeta. Let's take this to the next level.
Faced with persistent speed of the Shadow Warriors, Kakarot and Vegeta rise their power even higher, transforming into Super Saiyan Blue. Their blue auras flash with intensity and the pressure of their power shakes the surrounding space. However, the Shadow Warriors are not daunted. The battle reaches its peak as the four warriors are engulfed in a frenzy of energy. Kakarot launches his attack called Kamehameha, and Vegeta launches his final flash attack, but the Shadow Warriors respond with counterattacks that defy the laws of physics. Then the clash of these powerful attacks causes an immense explosion. At the precise moment that both Saiyan warriors, the Shadow Creatures, collided their attacks, the explosion resulting from the collision of the attacks left a crater on the battlefield, while a dense smoke obscured the view. Amidst the haze, Goku with a serious but confident expression, and Vegeta, also with a confident expression of having destroyed the Shadow Creatures with his attacks, stood on guard, ready to face whatever emerged from this smoke. Suddenly, as soon as the smoke dissipated from the battlefield, the shadowy creatures emerged unharmed, floating in the air with an even more intense presence. Their forms twisted, revealing an even darker and more powerful transformation. Now with eyes glowing with a more intense light, the shadow creatures uttered a great malevolent laugh and moved towards Goku and Vegeta with renowned ferocity. The sky was covered with dark clouds and lightning intermittently illuminated the scene. The creatures, once scattered, began to converge into a chaotic mass. Their bodies intertwined and merged, creating a monstrous entity that emanated a dark and malevolent aura. The fusion of the creatures was completed with a loud roar, and before Goku and Vegeta emerged, a nightmarish creature. The fused creature had a grotesque figure, with twisted limbs and glowing eyes filled with evil. Its body was enveloped in a halo of dark energy, which distorted the space around it. The ground shook with every step he took, and the waves of evil energy generated chaos on the battlefield. Goku and Vegeta exchanged determined glances. They knew they faced an unprecedented threat. The fusion of the creatures had given rise to a being of incredible power and speed. Goku frowned, clenching his fists, while Vegeta gave a cocky grin. Kakarot, looks like things have become interesting. I didn't expect to have to face something like this.
Yes, Vegeta, this creature's no joke. We're gonna have to give it our all.
Both warriors raised their ki to the maximum, surrounding themselves with an intense golden and blue aura. Their hair stood on end and the earth trembled under the pressure of their combined power. The fused creature responded with a guttural laugh and advanced towards them with great strides.
Come on, Vegeta, let's attack together and put an end to this!
For once, Kakarot, I agree.
The battle reached its climax as Goku and Vegeta, enveloped in their golden and blue auras, launched themselves towards the fused creature. Every punch and burst of energy echoed through the air, creating a spectacle of flashes and booms. The creature, however, was not easy to defeat. Its agility and strength were astounding, dodging the Saiyans' attacks with ease.
Vegeta, we need to find an opening in its defense! Focus!
I know, Kakarot, but this thing's fast.
The fused creature responded with a ripping attack, sending the Saiyans flying across the battlefield. Goku and Vegeta, however, quickly recovered and stood up with renewed determination.
We can't underestimate this thing! Come on, Vegeta, let's attack together!
All right, Kakarot, together we'll defeat it.
Goku nodded and they concentrated their energies into an amazing combined attack. A brilliant flash of light and blue light materialized in their hands, growing with each second. The fused creature, seeing the imminent threat, tried to counterattack, but it was too late.
Kame! Final Flash!
The powerful beam of combined energy shot towards the fused creature, illuminating the dark battle with its radiance. However, just when impact seemed inevitable, the creature, in the last act of desperation, deployed a dark shield that managed to resist the Saiyans' assault. The result explosion sent Goku and Vegeta flying backwards, returning them to their base form, leaving them dazed and severely injured on the ground. The fused creature, though weakened, struggled to its feet, its malevolent aura flickering, but far from fading completely.
Vegeta, we're in trouble! This thing's stronger than we thought!
Vegeta, however, lay motionless on the ground with visible wounds and his aura rapidly diminishing.
Vegeta! Don't give up, Vegeta!
The fused creature, slowly recovering, calmly approached towards Vegeta with a palpable malevolence in its glowing eyes.
Your efforts are futile. I'm the amalgam of darkness itself. This is the end of you, Saiyan Prince.
Goku, full of rage and despair, stood up and threw himself towards the creature with what was left of his strength. However, the creature, with a simple wave of its hand, unleashed a wave of dark energy that enveloped Kakarot and threw him violently to the ground.
Vegeta, we need a plan.
The fused creature approached Vegeta, lifting him off the ground with one hand. The Saiyan Prince, barely conscious, opened his eyes to meet the cold, merciless gaze of his energy.
Kakarot, do whatever it takes.
The fused creature, with a contemptuous gesture, threw Vegeta back to the ground, leaving him on the verge of death. The battle, which had begun with hope, now became bleaker than ever. With his partner down and his own strength waning, Kakarot faced a strength that seemed insurmountable. Goku, sensing the desperation of the situation, recalled the hermit seeds he carried with him. The moment the fused creature came speeding towards him, Goku managed to dodge that blow swiftly, approached Vegeta and handed him one of the valuable seeds.
Vegeta, eat this! It'll give you the energy to keep fighting!
At the same time, Goku also consumed one of the seeds. Vegeta, barely conscious, accepted the seed and consumed it urgently. The hermit seed acted quickly, healing Vegeta's wounds and restoring his life energy. Flashes of golden light surrounded the Saiyan Prince as he stood up, his eyes regaining determination.
Kakarot, don't underestimate me. I can keep fighting.
Fine, Vegeta, but we need something else to defeat this creature. Do you remember the fusion technique?
Vegeta frowned but nodded in understanding. Both Saiyans positioned themselves in front of the fused creature, focusing their energies.
Vegeta, let's do it! Let's merge!
I don't think it'll come to this, Kakarot, but I have no choice.
Both warriors stood side by side, raising their hands into the front and began to concentrate their energies. The atmosphere was filled with a brilliant glow as the two Saiyans merged into a single entity. The resulting figure was a perfect combination of Goku and Vegeta, with a powerful golden aura enveloping their fused bodies. This fusion creature showed signs of unease as it witnessed the transformation. The new Saiyan entity turned to it with a determined look. The fusion between Goku and Vegeta, known as Gogeta, and his Super Saiyan form was now evident. Gogeta, with the combined voice of Goku and Vegeta, said, "Prepare for defeat. We are the fusion of the Saiyans, and there's nothing we cannot overcome." With a unified shout, the Saiyan fusion lunged towards the fused creature with incredible speed and power. The battle between the Saiyan fusion and the fused creature erupted into a frenzy of power and skill. Every move, every blow, every burst of energy shook the battlefield. The earth trembled under the intensity of the confrontation, and the sky lit up with the sparks of energy released during the fight. Gogeta, with the combination of Goku's cunning and Vegeta's determination, proved to be an unstoppable force. However, the fused creature did not yield easily, showing a resilience that defied expectations. Both contenders were at a stalemate, each pushing their limits to the max. Goku and Vegeta, in their fused form, began to feel the need to unleash more power to overcome their more formidable foe. In a moment of perfect synchronization, both Saiyans raised their ki to the limit, and the atmosphere itself began to be distorted with the built-up pressure.
It's time to take this to the next level!
In a dazzling flash, the Saiyan fusion underwent an astonishing metamorphosis. His once golden hair now turned sapphire blue, and his aura took on a heavenly hue. The transformation to Super Saiyan Blue had taken place. The fused creature recoiled momentarily as it witnessed the new form. Shocked by the magnitude of the power unleashed, however, the Saiyan fusion showed no mercy and lunged towards with dizzying speed.
Prepare for true Saiyan strength!
The attacks and counterattacks reached a speed that defied perception. The fused creature, despite its previous endurance, was outmatched by the speed and aggressiveness of the Saiyan fusion in its Super Saiyan Blue form. The battle had not yet come to an end. In a final attempt to resist, the fused creature unleashed its own dark power, enveloping the Saiyan fusion in a spiral of chaotic energy. Gogeta, in response, concentrated his energy to the maximum in an act of rage.
Let's go farther!
The energy surrounding the Saiyan fusion intensified and exploded in a dazzling burst. The bright blue aura became more intense, and the power of the Saiyan fusion increased to unimaginable levels. The sky lit up with glows and waves of energy as the fused creature faced Gogeta's unstoppable strength. However, in an unexpected twist, the creature began to build up a dark and sinister energy, revealing a hidden power.
Your resistance is impressive, Saiyans, but you have not seen my true potential.
The fused creature transformed, its fusion distorting further. A black aura filled with malevolence surrounded its body as its eyes glowed with terrifying intensity.
What the hell is it doing?
The fused creature, now imbued with a new dark power, lunged at Gogeta with surprising speed. Despite Gogeta's formidable strength in his Super Saiyan Blue form, the fused creature seemed to be able to anticipate even more.
Now you'll experience true darkness.
Gogeta sensed the threat, deciding to take his own power to the extreme. In a blink of an eye, he activated the technique, the Kaioken. His blue aura multiplied into a mixture of blue and red, and the intensity of the battle reached levels never seen before.
It's time to put an end to this! Kaioken!
Gogeta's speed and strength multiplied exponentially, and the fused creature was momentarily caught off guard. However, the creature counterattacked with a blast of dark energy that enveloped Gogeta, but he struggled to resist. Gogeta, in his Kaioken state, felt the need to raise his power even higher. Thus his ki increased, causing the earth to tremble from such immense power, destroying mountains and lifting rocks into the skies. At that precise moment, he disappeared from the sight of the fused creature, appearing from behind and creating a glowing bluish sphere of energy that materialized between his hands.
Final Kamehameha!
The energy sphere impacted against the fused creature with unparalleled force. The resulting explosion lit up the sky, dispersed the creature's dark energy. However, when the light faded, the fused creature emerged once again, albeit visibly weakened.
Do not underestimate my power, Saiyans. I have attained a form beyond your comprehension.
Gogeta, sensing the gravity of the situation, prepared for the next confrontation. The battle, far from over, was entering even more dangerous terrain, with the fate of the universe hanging in the balance in this fierce struggle between light and darkness. The battlefield was plunged into utter chaos, with destructive shockwaves reverberating throughout space. Gogeta, with his combined aura of Super Saiyan Blue and Kaioken, was moving at speeds that defied perception. The fused creature, despite his new enhanced form, was momentarily outmatched by the Saiyan warrior's speed.
Darkness cannot defeat light. It's time to seal your fate.
Though weakened, the fused creature did not give up. With impressive speed, it lunged towards Gogeta, unleashing a series of dark attacks that even defied the Kaioken's speed.
Your light is but a fleeting glimmer. In the eternity of darkness, you will suffer.
Gogeta, with sharp reflexes at precise moments, will dodge the fused creature's attacks. The battle reached an even greater frenzy, with a clash of fists and kicks creating waves of energy that swept the surrounding landscape. The once dark and stormy sky were illuminated by the flashes on the contest. In the beginning of the moment of opportunity, Gogeta channeled the Kaioken to an even higher level. His aura became more intense, mixing blue with red in a dazzling display. Seeing the new burst of power, the fused creature recoiled momentarily, a moment Gogeta took advantage of to gather energy.
This is the limit of your darkness. Prepare for the end.
Gogeta, with unmatched speed, appeared in front of the fused creature, concentrating his energy to a single point. A glowing sphere of energy formed between his hands, but this time, the sphere was not blue, it was a mixture of colors. A fusion of the power of Super Saiyan Blue and Kaioken.
Kaioken 20 times! Final Kamehameha!
The now larger, more powerful energy sphere hurled with impressive speed towards the fused creature. The resulting explosion illuminated the entire horizon, causing the mountains and valleys to be enveloped in a dazzling glow. When the light faded, the fused creature lay defeated on the ground. Its dark aura completely dissipated. Gogeta, with his Super Saiyan Blue form and Kaioken still activated, watched cautiously. The intense battle had come to an end, but the price of the confrontation was reflected in the devastated Earth and the wear and tear visible on the Saiyan warrior.
I hope that was enough. This universe can't take any more of this destruction.
With a flash, Gogeta deactivated the Kaioken and returned to his base form. As silence descended over the battlefield, the lingering question was whether the threat had truly been eliminated or if there was still challenges to be faced in the vast cosmos. Goku and Vegeta, feeling that the threat had been neutralized for the moment, separated from the Saiyan fusion. The intensity of the battle had left both Saiyans exhausted, but their attention was diverted to a disturbing reality. In the corner of their vision, they watched as a small dark creature made its way towards where Gohan and Broly were standing.
Vegeta, something's happening! We must get there fast!
Those two are in trouble if that thing gets to them. Let's go, Goku!
Both Saiyans, despite their exhaustion, dashed towards Gohan and Broly's location with as much speed as possible. As they approached, they could see the dark creature getting closer and closer to the two warriors. Gohan, who was training with Broly in an attempt to increase his skills, noticed Goku and Vegeta's arrival urgently.
Dad! Vegeta! Something's coming!
Broly, with his piercing gaze, had also sensed the approaching threat.
Evil creature, we will fight!
The small dark creature, noticing the presence of the Saiyans, stopped advancing and displayed a malevolent laugh.
Your victory was short-lived. This is only the first of many surprises.
Before they could react, the dark creature split into multiple smaller shadows, surrounding Gohan and Broly with astonishing speed.
Watch out, Broly! They're fast and dangerous!
We will fight! We won't let them defeat us!
Goku and Vegeta, arriving just in time, joined the battle. The battle became a chaotic dance of blows and explosions as the Saiyans fought the dark shadows that multiplied endlessly.
Let's finish this quickly! Gohan, Broly, stay strong!
Got it, Vegeta!
Broly, unleashing his titanic power, emitted a wave of energy that temporarily dispersed the dark shadows. However, the dark creature, in a final act of desperation, merged back into a larger, more powerful form.
My shadows cannot be so easily defeated. The real battle has just begun.
The shadow creature, now strengthened and more menacing than ever, faced the four Saiyan warriors with palpable malevolence. Gohan, Broly, Goku, and Vegeta moved into battle stance, facing the shadow creature with determination.
Come on, guys! Let's work together and put an end to this menace once and for all!
Broly growled in agreement, his power emanating from him with an imposing force. Goku and Vegeta, despite their earlier exhaustion, raised their energies ready for the battle ahead. The shadow creature, with a sinister laugh, lunged towards them with surprising speed. The Saiyans responded with a coordinated assault, launching energy blasts and performing combo attacks. However, the shadow creature was agile and dodged their attacks with ease.
We can't let this thing get away. Concentrate on attacking together.
You're right, Vegeta. If we fight them as a team, we can overcome anything.
The four Saiyans synchronized their movements, attacking in harmony. Broly unloaded titanic blows. Gohan used his agility and advanced techniques, while Goku and Vegeta coordinated their energies to create a combined assault. Despite their efforts, the shadow creature proved to be resilient and adaptable. It defended with cunning and counterattacked with fury. In a moment of tension, the shadow creature unleashed a dark glow that enveloped its form, transforming to an even more powerful and monstrous version.
It's getting stronger again!
It doesn't matter. I'll destroy it.
The battle intensified as the shadow creature, in its enhanced form, launched waves of dark energy and unleashed more devastating attacks. The Saiyans, however, did not back down. Despite the gravity of the situation, their determination burned stronger than ever.
There's no limit to our strength when we fight together! Come on, guys, we can't lose!
This thing doesn't know who it's messing with. Get ready for what's coming.
Gohan, Broly, Goku, and Vegeta channeled their energies to the maximum, shaking the earth under the intensity of their combined power. In a unified act, the four Saiyans raised their ki to the limit and lunged towards the shadow creature with indomitable resolve. The shadow creature, now in its strengthened form, unleashed a dark energy that enveloped Broly, possessing the mighty Saiyan with a malevolent influence. Broly, his eyes now awash with shadows, stood before the other Saiyans with a menacing presence.
Broly, I won't let you be used as a puppet. We must save him. We won't let this thing manipulate Broly. Come on, guys, let's protect ourselves and save our friend.
This is getting more complicated than I thought. But no matter, we won't let the darkness win.
The battle began with the shadow creature using Broly's immense power against them. The controlled Saiyans' attacks were fierce, with waves of energy and bursts of ki that challenged even the most experienced warriors. The Saiyans dodged and counterattacked, but the shadow creature took advantage of Broly's brute strength to counter his moves.
We must weaken it enough to free Broly! Dad, Vegeta, let's follow the plan and attack in unison!
The three Saiyans coordinated, launching a series of swift and powerful attacks. However, the shadow creature moved with agility, dodging most of the blows and countering with blows of its own. Broly, under the influence of the Dark Possession, was showing superhuman endurance.
It's not enough! Broly, fight against this influence!
We must force him to break free. We're gonna give it our all.
In a moment of desperation, the Saiyans decided to raise their powers to the maximum. Goku transformed into Super Saiyan second stage, Gohan advanced his mystical form, and Vegeta unleashed his own power into Super Saiyan second stage. The three Saiyans surrounded Broly, launching a combination of flurry of powerful attacks.
Broly, resist! Don't let their darkness consume you!
The shadow creature, feeling the combined presence of the three Saiyan warriors, showed signs of weakness. However, in a desperate act, the dark energy intensified its hold on Broly, raising its power even higher and unleashing unbridled fury.
We can't give up! We're going to free Broly, whatever it takes!
The battle reached its climax as the three Saiyan warriors, Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta, clashed against the shadow creature possessing Broly. The unleashed energy created a spectacle of flashes, explosions, and shockwaves that shook the battlefield. Goku, with his power as a Super Saiyan, moved with astonishing speed, launched energy blasts and accurate punches at the shadow creature. Gohan, in his mystical form, unleashed a combination of fast attacks and advanced techniques, seeking to weaken the dark possession that controlled Broly. Vegeta, in his Super Saiyan second phase form, displayed titanic power, coordinating his attacks with calculated precision.
Broly, listen to my voice! Don't be consumed by this darkness!
The shadow creature, however, resisted tenaciously, harnessing Broly's brute strength and ferocity to counter the Saiyans' attacks. Broly, under the dark possession, responded with unstoppable strength, his attacks more intense and uncontrolled.
We need to weaken that possession! Come on, guys, keep up the pressure!
This dark power won't last forever. We must resist!
The battle grew more frantic. With each passing moment, the shadow creature, sensing the threat of the Saiyans, intensified its hold on Broly, fusing its dark energy with the brute strength of the legendary Saiyan.
We can't back down now! Broly's our friend, and we won't let this darkness control him!
In a moment of perfect synchronization, the three Saiyans focused their energies into a coordinated attack. Goku launched a Kamehameha, Gohan unleashed a Masenko, and Vegeta fired a final flash, all aimed at the shadow creature. The resulting explosion illuminated the battlefield, creating an energy storm. However, when the light faded, the shadow creature Broly still stood, visibly weakened but far from defeated. "It's not enough! We must find a way to free Broly from this possession!" At that moment, the shadow creature, taking advantage of the Saiyans' momentary weakness, launched a surprise attack, sending Goku and Gohan to the ground. Vegeta, with his rage in his eyes, stood up determined.
Enough's enough! We won't let this thing continue to manipulate Broly.
Vegeta concentrated his ki to the maximum, unleashing a new transformation. His intense blue aura transformed into an even brighter and more powerful hue.
Super Saiyan Blue!
The atmosphere itself seemed to tremble at the magnitude of the transformation. Vegeta, now in his evolved form, launched himself towards the shadow creature with renewed speed and power. Vegeta's transformation in Super Saiyan Blue evolved caused a dramatic change in the intensity of the battle. His bright blue aura flashed with overwhelming energy as he charged towards the shadowy creature and Broly, who was still under his influence.
It's time to put an end to this. Broly, I'll fight to free you from this darkness.
The shadow creature, sensing the threat posed by Super Saiyan Blue, adopted a defensive stance. On the other hand, Broly, his eyes still darkened, prepared to face Vegeta. Vegeta unleashed a flurry of quick and precise attacks, combining punches and kicks with astonishing speed. Each move was charged with the strength of the new form, and the shadow creature was forced to retreat in the face of Vegeta's fury.
Broly, regain control. I'll not allow this darkness to consume you.
Broly, under the influence of the Dark Possession, responded with impressive stamina. His attacks were brutal and uncontrolled, but Vegeta moved with a dexterity that defied expectations.
I need to find an opening in this possession.
In an act of bravery, Vegeta launched himself directly towards Broly. Their fists collided forcefully, and Vegeta, using all his skill, made precise strikes that temporarily weakened the dark influence.
Broly, fight this! You're stronger than this darkness!
The shadowy creature, seeing Vegeta's resistance, increased his energy and fused even more with Broly. Now the dark influence was more entrenched than ever, and Broly unleashed an explosion of wild power.
You can't stop me, Saiyan Prince!
Vegeta, not backing down, continued to engage Broly. The battle reached new heights as both warriors unleashed their most powerful attacks. Vegeta launched a Big Bang attack while Broly responded with a gigantic charge of dark energy. The collision of energies generated a huge explosion that blanketed the area. After the dust settled, Vegeta lay on the ground, clearly exhausted but not giving up.
I can't lose. My determination's stronger than your darkness.
The battle between Vegeta and Broly, who was possessed by the shadow creature, reached a critical point. The overflowing energy of the confrontation was spreading across the battlefield, distorting the air and creating palpable tension. At that crucial moment, Goku found himself regaining consciousness, stood up, and immediately went to Saiyan's Prince's side.
Vegeta, let's go! Let's give it all we've got!
Goku's transformation into Super Saiyan Phase 2 and joined the fray. The shadow creature, seeing the arrival of another Saiyan warrior, prepared to face the new threat.
Kakarot, you're just in time. This thing has gotten stronger with Broly.
We'll face it together! Broly, we won't let this darkness control you!
The three Saiyans stood in formation, ready to deal with the shadow creature fused with Broly. The intensity of the conflict increased even more, with flashes of energy and clashes of fists echoing throughout the battlefield.
Come on, Kakarot, let's attack in unison and free Broly.
I got it, Vegeta! Together, we'll free him!
The Saiyans coordinated their attacks, launching a combined blast towards the shadow creature. Despite their efforts, Broly's dark possession was still resisting, fueled by the brute strength of the legendary Saiyan. Broly, under the influence of the shadow creature, unleashed an uncontrolled fury. His attacks were unpredictable and devastating, putting the Saiyans on the defensive. Goku, Vegeta, and the shadow creature continued to exchange energy blasts and powerful blows.
Vegeta, we must break that possession! We can't let Broly fall into darkness!
Roger that, Kakarot. Let's keep attacking together.
Amidst the chaos of the battlefield, the fiery aura of the Saiyans lit up the sky, a visual manifestation of their mammoth power. Goku and Vegeta, feeling the weight of the battle, decided to take it a step further. They joined their energies in a symphony of power, a final bid to tear apart the shadows enveloping the evil presence. The shadow creature on the brink of the abyss responded with desperation. It raised its own power and the darkness churned with intensity as it struggled to resist the combined onslaught of the Saiyans. The clash of energies created a cataclysm of flashes and booms, shaking the battlefield to its core. At that critical moment, the energy explosion was unleashed with dazzling magnificence. The earth shook, and the shockwaves swept across the landscape, leaving behind a trail of destruction. Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, enveloped in the blanket of the explosion, were momentarily eclipsed by the blinding light and dancing shadow. When the shimmering luminosity faded, the Saiyans found themselves faced with a new scenario. On the ground lay Broly, his figure shrouded in a residual haze of the contest. The dark aura that had consumed him had finally dissipated. Stillness reigned on the battlefield. As the warriors approached with worried looks, the formidable warrior who now resisted, his power darkened, finally silenced.
We did it, Vegeta! Broly's free!
Yes, but this shadow creature's still a problem. We can't let our guard down.
Vegeta nodded grimly as they watched Broly, who lay on the ground, slowly recovering from the intense battle. However, at that moment of apparent calm, the shadow creature, cunning and unnoticed, had left Broly's possession to seek a new host. The dark entity swiftly swept into the shadows, unnoticed by the Saiyans, who still assessing their companion's condition. Silently, the shadow creature crept towards Gohan, who had been watching the battle from a distance. Gohan, oblivious to the threat looming over him, felt a shiver run down his spine, just as the shadow creature enveloped him with its dark presence. A momentary flash of its eyes indicated that something was terribly wrong. At that instant, Gohan, with a sudden alteration in his expression, went on guard without warning. His gaze, now posed by the shadow creature, glowed with a malevolence that contrasted with his gentle nature. Goku, noticing the sudden tension, turned towards Gohan, but before he could react, Gohan, under the influence of the shadow creature, moved with supernatural speed. The confrontation with Broly had left the Saiyans exhausted, and the shadow creature, seizing the opportunity, vanished into the darkness along with Gohan. Vegeta, realizing the situation, gritted his teeth in fury. The threat persisted, and now Gohan, a valuable ally, was in the hands of the shadows. Goku and Vegeta, despite their exhaustion, prepared for a new confrontation, aware that the battle had not yet come to an end. The tension in the air was palpable, as Goku and Vegeta, still worried about Broly, with determination, turned towards the place where the dark entity had vanished.
Damn it! Where'd that thing go?
I don't know, Vegeta, but we must find it before it hurts Gohan!
The two Saiyans, quick as the wind, rushed towards where Gohan had been standing, their senses alert. The shadow creature, now inside Gohan, emerged from the shadows with a sinister laugh.
Looks like they're not as cunning as they thought. Now I have a new toy for my plans. Get out of Gohan, you damn creature!
I'll not allow you to possess my son!
Ha! You think you could stop me? My power possesses even more of your combined forces. Do not underestimate the Saiyans. We have overcome greater challenges than you.
Leave Gohan and face your fate, creature. You'll not be victorious.
The shadow creature, now in control of Gohan, smiled malevolently before responding.
We'll see how long you can resist. Gohan is now an instrument of my will.
The shadow creature possessing Gohan unleashed a burst of dark energy that distorted the surrounding space. Goku and Vegeta suddenly found themselves during a chaotic confrontation, with Gohan now transformed into an instrument of the malevolent entity. The waves of energy radiating from Gohan's possessed figure created an ominous aura that filled the battlefield, defying the Saiyans' endurance and determination. The Saiyans, in their Super Saiyan Blue form, prepared for the impending clash. The shadow creature, using Gohan's body, moved with supernatural agility, dodging the Saiyans' first attacks with grace and malice. Gohan, his eyes now filled with darkness, lunged at Goku with astonishing speed. Goku blocked Gohan's first few blows with difficulty, feeling the enhanced strength and speed of his new controlled son. The fight was intense, each move charged with power and ferocity. Meanwhile, Vegeta positioned himself strategically, assessing the situation, looking for an opening to attack. The shadow creature, through Gohan, unleashed a flurry of attack which devastating blows that kept Goku on the defensive. However, Goku's ability to adapt quickly to the battle allowed him to counter the attacks and counterattack with his own overwhelming power. Vegeta, sensing an opportunity, lunged at the shadow creature from an unexpected angle. However, the dark entity had sharp reflexes and deflected Vegeta's attack with ease, throwing Gohan against Goku as a distraction. The shadow creature's strategy paid off, as it took advantage of the distraction to hit Vegeta with a beam of dark energy. Vegeta, although he resisted the impact, was momentarily weakened. The entity, now with a malevolent smile, turned to him.
Damn it! This isn't over, shadow creature.
Goku, reacting quickly, stepped between the shadow creature and Vegeta.
Vegeta, hold on! We can't let this thing divide us!
The shadow creature, enjoying the chaos at its zone, released a dark aura that enveloped both Saiyans. The dark energy sought to confuse and weaken their senses, however the Saiyans' instinctive connection to Ki enabled them to resist the dark influence. The battle raged in a frenzy of clashing colors and energies. Gohan, controlled by the shadow creature, moved with a mixture of speed and agility that defied the laws of physics. Goku and Vegeta, each focusing on their own battlefront, were trying to coordinate their attacks to free Gohan from the dark possession.
Gohan, fight this darkness! You're stronger than this!
Gohan, though showing flashes of resistance, was caught in an internal struggle between his will and the shadow creature's control. The battle grew more challenging. With each passing second, the shadow creature reveled in its ability to manipulate and corrupt one of Earth's mightiest warriors. Vegeta, recovering from the earlier onslaught, threw himself back into the fray. The shadow creature, however, anticipated his attack and gracefully dodged Vegeta's attempts to strike it. The dark entity counterattacked with a series of precise blows that forced Vegeta to retreat.
Damn shadow, don't underestimate the Prince of the Saiyans.
Goku, seeing his partner's difficulty, raised his power to the maximum. Dazzling energy emanated from his Super Saiyan Blue form as he prepared for a concentrated attack. The shadow creature, noticing the glowing threat, diverted its attention to Goku.
Vegeta, keep up the pressure! I'm gonna concentrate my energy to free Gohan!
Vegeta nodded and increased his offensive, distracting the shadow creature as Goku concentrated his power. The fight reached a new level of intensity, with each move echoing across the vast battlefield. The energy collided, creating shockwaves that distorted reality itself. Goku, eyes glowing with determination, unleashed his most powerful attack. A sphere of glowing blue energy formed in his outstretched hands. Charged with the combined strength of the Saiyans, the spear grew in size and the power as Goku had held it in place.
It's time to free Gohan!
The shadow creature, realizing the threat, moved quickly to stop Goku's attack. Vegeta, taking advantage of the distraction, lunged with renewed fury, looking for an opening to attack. The battle reached its climax when Goku released the energy sphere, ascending it directly towards the shadow creature. The energy sphere burst into a dazzling flash, illuminating the battlefield with intense light. Shockwaves swept through the darkness as Goku's purifying energy sought to free Gohan from the shadow creature's possession. However, as the light faded and the earth stopped shaking, the shadow creature emerged seemingly unharmed. The dark entity, now irritated, turned to the Saiyans with a twisted laugh.
Is that all you can do? My power is unbreakable.
Goku and Vegeta, despite their exhaustion, prepared for the next assault. The battle, far from ending, dragged on into confrontation of epic proportions. Darkness and light collided in an endless clash, with the will of the Saiyans resisting against the entity that threatened to plunge them into the shadows. The dark creature, after resisting Goku's powerful attack, showed a malicious smile. A dark glow enveloped Gohan, and his body began to tremble with intensity. A guttural scream echoed through the air as the dark entity forced a unique transformation on the Saiyan warrior. Gohan, under the shadow creature's influence, contorted and his body was enveloped in a dark, feral energy. The earth trembled with the intensity of the transformation, and Gohan's figure began to change. Defined musculature, red eyes, a wild gaze, long gray hair, and emerging in the new form, Gohan Dark Beast. Vegeta and Goku, shocked by the unexpected evolution, instinctively recoiled from the overwhelming presence of Dark Gohan Beast. The shadow creature had accomplished what it could not do with Broly, unleash a unique and uncontrolled transformation on Gohan. Dark Beast Gohan, now freed from any hint of rationality, roared skyward, emitting an overwhelming energy that shook the battlefield. His eyes glowed with an animalistic intensity, and his posture indicated that human control was suppressed.
This can't be happening. What did that thing do?
The shadow creature managed to unlock something inside Gohan. This won't be easy.
The shadow creature, pleased with the success of its manipulation, watched the scene with satisfaction.
Now, witness my true power, the Saiyan Beast Warrior. How do you plan to stop him?
Dark Beast Gohan let out a deafening roar and lunged towards Vegeta with impressive speed. Dark Beast Gohan's attacks were ferociously savage, his brute strength and speed surpassing even Broly's most rampaging transformation. Vegeta, using his speed and agility, dodged Dark Beast Gohan's first attacks. However, the Saiyan Beast Warrior's ferocity was unpredictable, and Vegeta was forced to deploy all his skill to stay out of range of the devastating attacks. Goku, assessing the situation, transformed into Super Saiyan Blue and rushed to Vegeta's aid. The two Saiyans fought in tactical coordination, looking to open an opportunity to counter Gohan's savage new form. The battle became a whirlwind of energy, with explosions and crashes echoing across the battlefield. The shadow creature in the shadows continued to manipulate and fuel Dark Beast Gohan's fury. The Saiyan strategy was becoming more and more challenging as Dark Beast Gohan seemed to be one step ahead, anticipating their moves.
Damn it! Gohan Beast is too unpredictable.
We must find a way to free Gohan from this transformation. We can't let the shadow control his true power.
As the Saiyans faced Gohan Beast's fury, the shadow creature watched from the shadows, enjoying the chaos he had unleashed. The situation was becoming more critical with each passing moment, and the Saiyans' endurance was being tested in the face of Beast Gohan's uncontrollable fury. The battle raged on in a titanic struggle between light and darkness, with the hope of freeing Gohan from the influence of the shadow creature hanging in delicate balance. The Saiyans, determined to overcome this challenge, faced an enemy that had managed to unleash an even greater internal threat than before. While the intense battle raged on the battlefield, Piccolo, the Namekian sage, was immersed in his mental training somewhere secluded. His concentration was so deep that he could feel an abrupt shifting ki, a disturbance that reverberated through space and time. A shiver ran down his back, indicating the gravity of the situation.
Something's not right.
The Namekian instantly stood up, his cloak billowing as he focused on the direction of the glowing chaos. The power he felt was not just brute force. It was an amalgam of dark energies that seemed to defy the very essence of reality. Wasting no time, Piccolo prepared to approach this side of the conflict. Back on the battlefield, Goku and Vegeta fought valiantly against Dark Beast Gohan, who moved with uncontrollable ferocity under the influence of the shadow creature. The dark entity, sensing Piccolo's arrival, smirked.
Looks like we have a new guest. This just gets more interesting.
Goku and Vegeta focused on Gohan Beast, noticing Piccolo's presence as he appeared on the battlefield with a serenity that contrasted with the surrounding chaos.
What happened here? What have you done with Gohan? That shadow thing possessed Gohan and transformed it into a wild beast.
We can't free Gohan this way. The shadow creature manipulates his power in unimaginable ways.
Dark Beast Gohan, noticing Piccolo's arrival, turned to him with wild eyes. The shadow creature, enjoying the chaos, prepared for the next act of this heartbreaking play.
Welcome, Piccolo. You're just in time to witness the inevitable downfall of these Saiyans. Don't underestimate the Saiyans or my determination. I'm here to free Gohan.
The Namekian braced himself for the confrontation, deploying his ki with an intensity that made it clear he would not be a mere spectator in this battle. Dark Beast Gohan, fueled by the shadowy influence, roared and lunged towards Piccolo with a speed that defied all logic. The battle became even more chaotic with Piccolo's entrance. His movements were precise and calculated, contrasting with the wild ferocity of Dark Beast Gohan. Goku and Vegeta, aware of Piccolo's strategic skill, adjusted their approach to coordinate their attacks with the Namekian. Meanwhile, the shadow creature watched the battle with a Machiavellian smile, enjoying the confrontation between the forces of light and shadow. The dark entity was determined to prove that its influence was insurmountable. The fight unfolded in a whirlwind of colliding energies, with Piccolo demonstrating his tactical and strategic prowess. Dark Beast Gohan, however, remained a formidable challenge, his erratic movements and uncontrolled strength testing the tenacity of the warriors on the battlefield.
Goku, Vegeta, We need to plan to break the connection between Gohan and that shadow creature.
You're right, Piccolo. We need to attack from different fronts and destabilize that connection.
I'll take care of keeping Beast Gohan busy. Kakarot, you use the connection you have with your son to try to isolate the shadow creature.
Goku and Vegeta, coordinating their efforts with Piccolo's strategic expertise, went on the assault. Piccolo used his wisdom to be able to devise a way to get Dark Beast Gohan out of said possession, while Vegeta unleashed his fury with calculated attacks to keep the beast at bay. As the battle continued, the shadow creature began to feel the pressure of the combined strategy of the Saiyans and Piccolo. The connection between Gohan and the Dark Entity was under threat, and the shadow creature, despite its confidence, was beginning to show signs of concern. The battle was far from over, but the warriors' resilience was growing stronger in the face of the adversity that loomed over them. As Piccolo continued his mental struggle to free Gohan from the shadow creature's possession, his Namekian senses sharpened. Keen perception led him to identify a small shadow leech clinging to Dark Beast Gohan's lower neck, a detail that had not been evident in Broly's previous possession due to his long hair covering that region.
That's it. The key in this little shadow leech on his neck. We must eliminate it to free Gohan.
Piccolo's revelation attracted the attention of Vegeta and Goku on the physical battlefield. Vegeta, upon hearing this, turned his gaze to the back of Gohan Beast's dark neck and noticed the presence of the Shadow Leech.
A Shadow Leech? That explains why we couldn't free Broly this way.
How do we eliminate it without harming Gohan? As Piccolo struggled to maintain his mental connection, he analyzed this situation and came up with a strategy.
If we attack the Shadow Leech directly, we might harm Gohan in the process. We need a precise way to eliminate it without endangering his life. So what's the plan, Piccolo? Goku, you've mastered Ultra Instinct, but you can only maintain it for a few seconds. We need to take advantage of those brief moments to distract Dark Beast Gohan and allow you to get close enough to destroy the Shadow Leech.
Understood, Piccolo. I'll do my best.
But how do we make sure Beast Gohan doesn't attack while Kakarot's approaching? That's the tricky part. We need to keep Gohan busy and distracted. Vegeta, your attacks must be precise and constant, keeping his attention on you.
I will, but Kakarot, don't make me regret this. The battle resumed with renowned intensity. Vegeta went on the offensive, attacking Gohan Dark Beast with a series of swift and powerful blows. Gohan responded with ferocity, but Vegeta maintained agile, dodging his attacks while keeping the savage Saiyan warrior's attention. At that moment, Goku concentrated, channeling Ultra Instinct. An aura of flickering energy surrounded him as he activated the powerful transformation. His speed increased exponentially, allowing him to easily dodge Dark Beast Gohan's attacks.
Now, Goku, now's your chance.
Goku in his Ultra Instinct state moved with superhuman speed towards Gohan's rear. The shadow creature, still focused on the fierce confrontation with Vegeta, did not notice Goku's approach. This is my chance to end this! With pinpoint accuracy, Goku reached out his hand and touched the small shadow leech on Gohan's neck. The leech, upon being touched by the Ultra Instinct energy, began to fade, emitting a dark screech before dissolving completely. Dark Beast Gohan, losing connection with the Shadow Leech, shook violently, as if releasing himself from a trance. Vegeta, noticing the change, cautiously stepped back as Goku returned to his normal state. What happened?
Kakarot seems to have found a way to free you from that thing.
It was risky, but it worked.
Well done, Goku, but don't let your guard down. This shadow creature might have more tricks up its sleeve.
The immediate threat had been neutralized. The shadow creature, watching from the shadows, moving away unnoticed by the Saiyan warriors, was not about to give up. So the shadow creature set out to return to its master. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.